Hey,
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 hey!
hey.
Where the heck is God's Chuck? The heck?
He's in Alabama.
He was here all day. He was chatting.
Morning. He was here
Yes.
chatting who?
He was chatting with us all day, and now he's gone.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, that's
See
weird.
how he is?
Did you say he's in Alabama, Darn?
He said that last week he wasn't going to be here.
Oh, that's right.
See, you know,
Thank you for remembering. I don't. You have a lot better memory than I do.
Shit, we got CRS.
uh, good news is I'm here barely.
Yay! Well, the good news is hopefully Gottschalk and his buddy will be able to help you recover that data. Jesus.
How do
That
you
is-
only
that
have your
is so-
stuff on in one place, Steve?
We had it in two places, but the
I
other
did.
place screwed up too.
Yeah.
What, you had a cloud server that screwed up too?
No.
I didn't
You
have
got to
the
put it
cloud
on a
server.
cloud server. What if you have a fire or a break-in or something?
Yeah.
Or
Hey,
what
Louis,
if
hey,
your hard drive
Gottschalk.
goes? Are you in chat or something, Gottschalk?
Yes, he's in chat. Yeah, he said, I'm still here. I mentioned last week that I wouldn't be on the.
Yeah,
but you're
yeah,
talking
Darren-
to people
Darren
with no
rubbed it
fucking
in.
memory at all. We're all old men. You know,
Yeah.
Darren's the only one even remember that you said that. The rest
Yeah.
of
That's
us.
the only thing I remember, though. Out of
Well, the
everything
good
in the world.
thing is if Godstock is successful, then he might be able to get the wrong channels off of my old external drive, too.
Yay.
I hope so. And just when you
We're
get them
only-
off, just send them to me, Gottschalk, because Steve won't do anything with them. Anyway, how is
So, yeah.
everybody?
I have them up on archives.org.
Not
Just short
not the
30.
not the 35 lost episodes. Anyway, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to flip that 20-year-old burger.
Mm.
Anyway, what you got behind you, Steve? Is that the moon?
Yeah,
That's the way.
I'm sitting on top of the Enterprise instead of in it this time.
Yeah.
It looks like it's Europe, like the final countdown.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can see
it is.
Norway and Sweden up there. It looks like a big snake about to eat Denmark.
Yeah, the dragon.
So, so
Go ahead.
Steve, so that's a myth. I'll learn you all some science. Steve wouldn't explode and decompress if he were in space. I mean, obviously, because he's not.
Right.
The key is you just have to breathe in and out of your nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially a cigarette wouldn't stay lit either.
Our dad would have never made it 2 seconds.
You
Hey, Louis,
know, there
how you
had to
doing?
be cigarette burns all over that set back in the 60s. Because Nimoy
Yeah.
smoked like a damn chimney.
Hey,
They
Louis.
probably smoke between takes.
Hi, Louis.
Oh, hell yeah.
Thank you for being here.
We know the editors did because there's cigarette burns all over old movies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the one up in the corner is that's when the
I think
projectionist
you heard
knows to
the-
switch reels.
Is it an
I got
actual
arrested with
cigarette
that.
burn? Is that how they did it?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Trying to tell, come talk to me.
Oh,
That reminded me of like the electric company or something, one of those cheap blue screen effects.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
Well, that was
you
the story. Remember
guys.
The story about on Land of the Lost where they threw the spear at the blue screen and pierced the blue screen right in the middle of the fucking dinosaur.
Yeah, Spencer hit it, and he didn't know because they were just hitting the blue screen, and it hit the dinosaur perfect, and the sensors wouldn't let it go past, and they wouldn't use it, let them use it. It's not like, which is crazy because they had a scene where Grumpy was eating one of the Spots dinosaurs, and it had the guts everywhere and the bones.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
I thought it was a good idea today. Kiana bought some Atkins gummies. A little bit. You're really breaking up. So Kiana bought some Atkins gummies in a box of like six packages of them. And I got a little hungry, so I ate all of them.
Oh, okay.
And I think the first ingredient is Miralax.
Yeah. You
So,
apparently didn't
I want-
read. See this when you're not on the internet. There's a huge thing on Amazon about sugar-free gummy bears. About people who buy like a giant jar, then eat all of them.
Oh, well, I'm not complaining. I'm going to go to one of those 24-hour colonoscopy places tomorrow
Oh, there you go.
because I just happen to be all set for it.
There you go.
And if anybody has a spare
Next to the-
$47.99, I want this.
47 million, not 100, or just 4,000. Is it old, or is it just
Nope, brand new,
supposed to look old?
just like me.
Oh, cool.
It's from India, so you got to disinfect it.
They take care of that.
Lewis has started their raining season again.
Oh boy, shouldn't do that.
It seems like they just got over the rainy season. Now it's starting
It's always
again.
rainy season. It's like the drought
India
in Southern
was-
California. So, the drought. When did it start? 1952. Oh, great. Okay. it's
Oh,
not
at
a drought
Atkins,
then.
like the Atkins diet. I was thinking they were like the special gummies, like the ones I get. I was like, oh,
I've
you
never-
shouldn't eat the
no.
whole thing.
I've never tried edibles. No, these are like low carb.
Oh, okay.
They had I think it was Top Gear, but they had a story about India was going to be selling a brand new car for like $4,000.
Yeah.
And it had like no safety equipment on it at all, and people were
yeah.
upset about it. They're like, "What? That's too dangerous." And they pointed out, "Well, this is what they're doing before the car, and it's like a whole family of 7 on a moped."
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Only
They
you
have a
don't have to
different
have the
kinda-
jaws of life and a blowtorch to get freed out of a moped.
I don't think you need it. You just grab it and pull it apart.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's a
Yeah.
cheap car.
They
Speaking of
they have an interesting attitude towards safety over there. I've seen all these videos about people just standing on a train track or just standing right next to the train track, and they're talking on their phone. Blah, 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 boom! It's like,
Yeah.
really?
Well, you ask the officials, and they're like, "Why don't you do something about make things more safe?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, we got to make it more safe. We don't have enough people."
Yeah. Well, speaking of cheap and not so cheap cars, Darren had a good idea about my Transforama stuff because it takes me so long to, like, say, make a new car. He's like, well, since you learn how to use your 3D scanner, why don't you scan some of your 64th scale cars? And which is a good idea, but most of the ones I have, I don't think are good candidates. So I've been trying to buy some, and gosh, damn, they're expensive for. Oh my gosh, about the cheapest like Matchbox car you can buy is like about $7 or $8. They go up to 40, just depending on what you want, and shit that. Now, if you go to Walmart, they'll have a section that's got the $1.25 ones, but those are like joke cars. They look like butt boards with little plastic engines sticking out of them, or you might get like a 80s VW Sirocco that's hollow. You know, it has a plastic bottom. It's something you could squish with your toe.
Yeah.
It's just like, but to get a decent one, so I'm kind of have to pace myself. And I did buy 2. I've got a. What's the Maserati? That's the 2-door. Kind of roundish. It's not like a race car, but it's just like the nice 2-door Maserati.
Yeah, they had the Ghibli and the Mistral and the
Oh goodness, I don't know the names, but it's just kind of the standard, nice-looking 2-door
It
Maserati.
is.
It looks a little like it looks like the Aston Martin that looks the same as the Jaguar, that looks the same as the Maserati.
That looks
And
the
I
same
also-
as the Hyundai. That looks the same as the.
No, I wouldn't go that far. The Maseratis actually look good, but and also I got a Ford GT. You know, the '60s Le Mans car, the Ford GT. So that's what I got to start. I don't want to buy any more until I actually know that they're going to scan.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to paint them white. You know.
Oh yeah, that's.
Well, it's a developer spray, so it can
Right,
wash
right.
off. You know.
Oh, it does. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
But because I remember, I had Hot Wheels back in the day, 68, 69. And I remember they cost $1 each. And $1 in 1969 is probably like $15 today.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It's
I was tempted because somebody on eBay had a Hot Wheels Red Baron, the little Red Baron with the chrome German helmet and the
right.
cylinder.
I've got one of those. Yeah.
Yeah, it was in decent shape, and it wanted like $18 for it. I was almost tempted.
I've got one. The Hot Wheels I have that are the classic original red lines. They're
Yeah.
they're 1994 reissues,
Oh, yeah.
but they look good. I mean, they still have that metallic paint and everything, and I think they're the same molds. I think they look just like the real thing. Yeah, that's something I could scan. I never thought about making somebody into a full size Hot Wheels. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, whoa, hey
Hey,
Steve.
Vicky. That was Vicky, not Steve.
Okay, I'm getting freaked out now. Gottschalk said Matchbox has vending machines to buy merch. They get pretty pricey in those. Yeah, they do. Goodness, I mean, there's some cars I would really like to have, like a 70 Coronet or an FRS like mine.
Oh, yeah.
Good gosh, if you want to pay $40 for one, it's like fudge. And then you can maybe find a cheaper one that's like $8 or $10, but it doesn't look real.
Yeah.
It looks like it was modeled by a first grader.
Right.
Oh,
Anyhow.
Hey, Steve.
There you
What?
are. Hi. Hello.
You should mute when you're away from the phone because we were hearing y'all talk about Vaseline and different things.
Now where's that? Let's see. Oh wow, where am I?
Aren't you glad they don't have like creamy and crunchy Vaselines like they do peanut butter?
Oh,
I thought it was funny.
Steve's sideways.
what is going on here?
I
I'm
don't
upside
know.
down.
Upside down.
What happened?
Oh, I got the window open. It feels
I've
good. Got a breeze coming in.
Nice.
So I returned
see.
something from Amazon at Kohl's. If you return something from Amazon on Kohl's, you get like a 20% coupon to use in the store.
Sweet.
And I saw some tank tops I kind of liked, but all they had was extra large or small. And I saw this enormous stain on my shirt. Like, how the fuck? Like a grease stain or something. Like, how the hell did that get there? And then I'm like, well, I got to buy one of these, so I just bought the small one. So now I got this like little tank top that looks like it, belongs to a kid or something.
That's too much Vaseline, honey. Stop it.
Yeah. And it's kind of pink nonetheless, so I'll be looking gay if I wear it. But I can wear it around the house. I don't care if the dogs think I'm gay.
Well, the thing is, if you're not gay, then you really don't look. Well, I mean, some people get worked up over things, but I could wear. I got a pink shirt. Nobody thinks I'm gay.
Well, it's kind of what do they call it? Salmon?
Yeah, salmon's good. Sure.
As long as you don't cut it and make it into a halter top.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so. Oh, you're there, darn?
Kiana was rude and brought me a Howie's calzone, so I got to eat it right quick.
So while you're eating it, think about so I'm starting so this summer when I visit Judy, I'm going to record a Q&A for Judy, our character on Transferama. Since she's had like 14 TFs under her belt, I've already got 5 questions from people that are So, if you all have a question you would like to ask our character Judy,
I have a
can add
question.
them to.
Who's Judy?
My
Write it
cousin.
down, Tim. Write it down, Tim.
I said in the description, I'm not going to necessarily use all the questions. She's my cousin.
I guess nobody can hear me.
Oh
Oh,
my
Well,
God.
don't answer it now. He just gave you a question, so save it for Judy.
Can you hear us, Steve?
Yeah, I hear you.
okay.
We've been talking to you for like a minute.
I think he asked a question and you answered it instead of writing it down on the list of questions.
Because it wasn't worthy to put in there for a list of questions. I've already got like 5 questions. If you have a legitimate question,
I'm saying I just didn't know who Judy was. That's
she's my cousin. And
that's like I said.
She's the voice of like 80% of the Transforma videos.
yeah, she's the star of our Transforma videos.
Okay. Okay.
I was just saying, if you have a question for her, like somebody asked if there's any of them that were painful or uncomfortable. Another person asked, "How long are you in those forms?" Another person asked, "You always kind of get turned into things against your will, but if you could choose something on your own, what would you like to be?" So those were like legitimate questions. One
See, I
person
can't
had
think of
said,
questions.
"Can you become a She-Hulk?" And I'm like, "Fuck, it's not really a question. That's a request."
His pain is what I was going to ask.
The pain. Oh, it's kind of already been asked, but I could add you to it and put your name on it if that's what you. Or think of another. You're a smart guy, Steve. You can think of one.
I'm smart.
I thought you'd maybe ask if she's ever tried spurculoosol. Well, see, the person that. Go ahead.
Ask her how many pixels it takes to make her feel better.
Is that Siri? Are you serious?
Never mind. No, I was just trying to add a little pixel humor.
Ah. Disney
We're
pixel.
talking about, talking good.
I think I know where you're. I know your angle, Steve. Let's find a different way of wording it. How do you mix the pixels back up to make you normal? Or I don't know. We'll think about it, Steve. We'll stew over it. I think it's not a bad question. I just
So who's
trying to-
Stu?
Steve.
Yeah, don't screw.
Oh, Stu.
Huh?
I know
Steve.
Stu.
Yeah.
Surely you know who Stu is.
Chicken turkey stew.
Sometimes I think this mic cuts out. I don't know if it does now. Just ignore me if it does.
No, you're kind of all right. When you walked away, it was kind of hard hearing everything you and Vicky were saying to each other. We heard the perverted
How'd you
stuff.
never talk about that one? Yeah.
Because you don't mute when you walk off and talk to people. So,
Can't mute them.
huh?
I can't mute them unless I do
Should be a
it.
button there. Should be a button.
Oh my gosh, I dropped my phone into the mud pit a couple days ago accidentally.
I'll do that.
Oh no.
I had to do a rescue mission to get it out. So the diagnosis so far is, after giving it a kind of a bath with the hose, it's I had to clear out the power port.
Ah.
I had to like scrub it out with a toothbrush and stuff, and that works good now. But the headphone jack doesn't go in all the way,
Oh, it's got some
so I had to buy some electronics cleaner from. Yeah, I had to get some electronics cleaner from Amazon. It's supposed to be here tomorrow or the next day, and I'll be able to hopefully clean that part of it out. Otherwise, I won't be able to listen to stuff on my phone anymore.
Yeah, that's the reason Apple gives for not having a headphone jack anymore. We just don't want, that's why there's no memory slot. That's why you can't take the battery out. So, because we want to make it waterproof, we don't want to have any openings in the phone.
I wouldn't be
And,
surprised if if Apple still made you buy a cable, even though it doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
Just-
I'm
you just
thinking.
you have to have it in proximity to the phone for the phone to work.
Yeah, I'm thinking Apple doesn't really care if you ruin your phone. I think they just want you to buy more shit. But yeah, so we'll see if that works. Hopefully it will.
because I have a bicycling app on my phone. It shows how fast I'm going and all that stuff, and keeps track of how many miles I ride and all. And I have a little bracket to mount it on the handlebar of my bike, and I ride that thing in the rain and all that, and it didn't. Phone seems to be fine. The only problem is sometimes the raindrops will hit the screen in such a way that it switches the programs. And I don't know, don't do that. So I turn the screen off when it's raining. Because mine
So-
still has the USB-C port on the bottom of it, and that's it. No other holes.
I like the holes. I just, what are the chances that I'm going to drop that thing in the mud pit? I've had it like 3 years, and it's just happened the once. It was such a freak accident.
I
But
dropped my phone in the doggy bowl the other day.
Oh, there you go.
dang.
Fortunately, it didn't get that wet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's not even that mine got wet. It's just that there's dirt packed into the hole now.
What she said.
Yeah, I was waiting
Hey,
for
man.
I was waiting for somebody to come back with something about that. Yeah, Gottschalk said the extra sticky Vaseline isn't fun, and then he said the nope zone.
Ah,
So
oh yeah.
so I've had a hell of a time trying to get our brilliant garbage page back.
Before you move on too fast, I would like to agree with Gottschalk, and let's take the pumice Vaseline off the list as well.
Hummus?
Yeah, like that fast orange, the abrasive stuff. Because I was wondering why Vaseline doesn't have crunchy and creamy like peanut butter does.
Yeah, Fast Orange does. That works pretty well.
It's very abrasive, though.
Steve's doing his dance.
Yeah, I have to switch over to the computer work Zoom.
Really? Is it ready?
Yeah. Well, with the let's see,
With the doohickey.
mingle amongst yourself. I still got to figure the speaker stuff out.
So my guy Nass over here, who gets this old footage and cleans it up and colorizes it, he's got a new process, and this is like the new, better version. But the cars don't always look like, they're either covered in rust or purple friggin' milkshakes. Looking pretty good.
Well, at least he's trying to hone his AI.
And that's a checker, that weird ass looking thing, and there's a couple more than that one. That's a checker cab. In the old days, checkers used to be really like out there styling, and then all of a sudden, I think in 1955, they came out with the classic checker cab, and then they never changed the styling again.
Yeah, but that when it was still being manufactured in the 70s and like early 80s, that was kind of out there styling. Because I remember when I was like 7 years old seeing those checker cabs and thinking how cool they were. You know, I loved 50s cars back then. I still kind of do, but hey, Steve.
There you are.
Look a lot better now. No sound yet, but you're muted. You're muted. On Zoom, you're muted. Anyway, Gottschalk, if you've got a question, Lewis, if you've got a question for Judy, welcome to. Yeah, but somebody said, "Can you become a She-Hulk?" So that's not really what I was going for a request, but I kind of kept in mind that some people were going to do it, so I think I might do that during the Q&A.
Ah,
Like maybe she becomes a She-Hulk momentarily and like maybe bashes something.
there you go. There's
And then
actually-
she reverts back to her human form, and her clothes are all torn, and that could be kind of hot.
Ah,
Oh, interesting question. Lewis said, "I would like to know if you can turn Miss Judy to a ghost or spirit." That's a good question, Lewis. I will. That's something I will ask her. Very good question. See, that's the kind of stuff I'm looking for, Steve. Tony, Darren, darn.
I can never
Gotcha,
think
Chuck.
of good questions.
I know I'm bad. You know what I'm bad at? It's like thinking of titles.
Yeah.
Titles. I mean, my film title. It's just like I'm terrible at stuff like that. I think I've got a creative mind. Otherwise, I can come up with a lot of cool stuff. But that's where my shortfall is, like coming up with a title for something. That's why I was having trouble with our new Brilliant Garbage YouTube channel. And in parentheses, it says new, and I think we're going to change it to official because they wouldn't let me use the exact same title as our previous Brilliant Garbage, which is now obsolete because YouTube, even though I had the right username and password from 10 years ago, they said, "Oh, we're going to text you this to your phone." I'm like, "What phone?" It said that, and it gives me two numbers. The two last numbers are numbers that I've never had before, except like in the 1990s.
Yeah.
So it was a number they made up. Gottschalk he put his detective chief hat back on, and he did some really good legwork and found all of my and my ex-wife's phone numbers from the last 30 years. And none of those were the number that YouTube just made up that number.
Yeah.
Or their AI made it up. Anyway, that was it. So no, in fact, I had to sacrifice one of my existing channels because it wouldn't let me make a new channel. So my Anything TR channel, I had to make it into Brilliant Garbage. So at least we got something going, and we're going to have new content on there. So like this week, within this next week, we'll have stuff that you've never heard before on there. So.
And remember, there's still a Brilliant Garbage Facebook page, so post it.
Oh yeah, we'll have to give people the new link, and I've already changed the link on my Transforama channel homepage to the new one. I think that's where a lot of our subscribers have probably come from.
Oh yeah. See if I can. What the hell is it called?
And while I'm pissing on Google, so my film, the promoter for that festival in Spain, he said he would get me into Cannes. So I kept trying to get him on the WhatsApp, and he kept kind of pushing me off, like next week or next month, and this kept going on and on. And all of a sudden he's at Cannes. I'm like, well, I guess it's too late now since he's already there. So I finally WhatsApp again, and he told me today that he sent me an email with all the stuff I needed to send to get it into Cannes, poster, image and stuff. And guess where it was? In Google Trash, even though our conversation has been active for like 6 months now. So yeah, I missed on that opportunity. Thanks, Google. You're great.
Speaking of cans, I can tell you a story whenever you want.
Go ahead.
So I'm making my game, and I decided the art kind of sucked because the picture a battle map, and then you have kind of 3/4 view minis, like if you were looking at D&D minis from above, and you move them around on the map to do the combat and exploration and everything. And the AI generating them wasn't doing the angles right, and I didn't like the portraits it was doing for the characters when you make your new character. So I decided I wanted to kind of fix it and figure it out. So I decided to train my own model on the website. And what that involves is you pick a base model that generates the stuff. They got a whole bunch of different ones. So you pick the one you want to use, and then you have to make or come up with a bunch of perfect images. So I needed to do elves, dwarves, halflings, humans, and then I had to do fighters, priests, wizards, thieves, and make kind of combination of all those different images and provide it with a good selection of what I wanted the images to look like. And then it would spend a half hour, 45 minutes chugging along, analyzing them and figuring out the style and everything I was looking for. But just generating the original images to give it the perfect data set, it was okay until I got to dwarf women, and I could not make a female dwarf. And so, because I wanted it, so you generate it, it's like 2 wide by 3 tall, because it's just a portrait of a person standing there, right? And it always wants to fill the frame with the person. And I wanted dwarves and halflings to only be like half the frame or 2/3 of the frame. And it wouldn't do it. And I'm like, shorter, short. And I would add like short, stout, tiny, all these adjectives to try to convince it to make them shorter. And it wouldn't do it. It just kept making them younger and younger until they were children. And I'm like, no children, no toddlers, no child bodies, no large heads, everything, just trying to get it to stop doing that. And finally, I decided to add thick to the description in addition to short, stout, small. And when I added thick, it started generating pictures of big old huge fat women with their tits out. It's a
Oh, is that why you were afraid to show it to us?
Yeah. So I figured I'd just describe it just as well. I'm like, yeah, that's not what, at least they're not children, but
As long as you put little blocks on their nipples, like Janet Jackson.
I could do that. But anyway, I finally got past it. I got one, and it was kind of like, is that a child or no? It looks like it could be somebody in their 20s or whatever. It was kind of borderline. And I'm not doing nudity or anything, so it's not like I'm legally worried about anything. I'm just trying to generate adults, right? Adult female dwarf. And so I got it close enough. And I haven't actually tested it out. I tested it on normal images. So I generated like pretty elf wizard with such and such hair, wearing this kind of clothes, holding a staff. And when I first ran my new model after it was ready, do you want to see what it gave me?
Sure.
I'll move out of the way so you can see it in my background. Okay. So this is what it came up with.
It looks like one of those pastries.
Yeah.
It looks like one of those, the pastries with like the jelly inside and the little slices across the top.
Yeah, she looks yummy.
Well, and the thing is, you work with AI, and they're confident even when they're. So it'll be like, because the AI guided me through all of this, building the data set and everything, and it's like, oh yeah, it's going to work great. And so I generated this, and I told it looks like it was made out of Play-Doh by an insane 6-month-old baby, and it's like, oh yeah, it's never going to work. That model you're using and I'm like, wow, shit. And it's done that a few times. It'll work me through something. Oh yeah, this is going to be great. And then I'll tell it what happened. And it's like, oh yeah, that's a common failure, is when you're not supposed to do that with it. But so anyway, I was disappointed, but then I tried again like 10 minutes later, and it actually worked well. And I told the AI, and it's like, oh yeah, it does the clay stuff when it's still doing a little bit of analyzing on your first few batches of images, and it tightens it up and makes it good. I'm like, well, how come you didn't tell me that after I made my Play-Doh woman? But anyway, that was it. I won't show you the big old fat dwarf with tits flopped out.
Steve says his computer is asking for his credit card information.
Oh, that's something I sent him. It doesn't have anything to do with the show.
Oh. Yeah.
I would say that's a scam, but the way that Apple and Microsoft are nowadays, they want like a subscription. You know, people are going to have subscriptions just to drive their cars. They probably already do.
Steve's probably joking, and I was joking, but just so we're clear, it's a scam. But continue. I'm sorry.
No, Steve's not joking. That's why he's not on. His computer is doing. I think his Zoom thinks he wants to sign up for Pro, which is a bargain at $18 a month. It really is a bargain at $18 fucking dollars. You only need Pro if you're hosting.
Yeah. So, Tony does Tony and I contribute a lot to this show. Tony does with the Zoom side of things, and I do with getting all these gosh damn precious moments shit together, which means I got to watch the entire episodes the day after we do these.
And
it's a lot of work.
I contribute the intelligent takes.
Yeah. So, also, but I did briefly talk to Darwin. He's going to try to help me maybe get the new film onto Prime. Which...
Oh, I thought you said darn. I'm like, I don't remember promising you a goddamn thing.
No, Darwin.
Oh, okay.
He's a Spain guy.
All right, I need a Pepsi. I'll be right back.
Haircut, 130.
I love last night Darren's background photo.
It is
Well,
really
Steve,
good.
just get back on your phone again.
Oh, there's an ash.
The color is definitely more vibrant now.
Yeah.
Got on my wheels.
It's just a Pepsi, Mom. It's just a Pepsi.
Oh, God.
I got to replenish myself after those gummies.
Yeah.
I like gummies. Boy, could you imagine if Whitaker had like the CBD gummies that were like in a big old block, like he had.
Yeah, if I ate a bunch of Atkins CBD gummies, I'd probably wouldn't be on the call. I don't think.
I don't take over 2 in an evening. But it's kind of got me off the alcohol. Like I said, I went from 6 drinks a week to 2. Although the one I sacrificed for BabbleGab nights, I used to have 2. Now I just have 1. But I don't have gummies on these nights.
You missed a. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just have them on my outside on the swing nights. Because it only really works with music. I tried it with BabbleGab a couple times. It doesn't work. It's got to be kind of in that zone and relaxed, and just let your mind roll on. It doesn't really work with BabbleGab.
You missed a good grill out yesterday.
Oh.
We ate outside, and I was like, "This is the first, not real, barbecue, not a real barbecue, but a grilling." That we actually did everything right. We had all the condiments and the buns, and Kiana got the fire perfect.
That's wonderful because I was like, it's Labor Day weekend. I wonder if Darn might be having a cookout and might invite me over. And you didn't.
Yeah, look at your text. Kiana called and I texted you.
When?
Yesterday.
Let me look. Well, you sent those May 25th. The day I wasn't looking at my phone.
Yeah, May 25th, yesterday.
I know, the day I wasn't
Uh-huh.
looking at my phone. Well, thanks for inviting me. Damn.
You're welcome.
Oh, well.
It was good.
I can taste it in my mouth now.
Yeah.
Well, you can still, it's not too late. Just show up right around 3 o'clock yesterday.
Okay. So speaking of AI, I was just curious, and I put some of my own images into the AI, into the Google thing, to see what it had to say about it. I know I killed a tree each time it does a query, but I was just curious. So, like the picture of me with as the race car, the costume.
Yeah.
It said the image shows a severe vehicle rollover crash. I love how it just says, it doesn't say maybe, it just says, oh, it's this.
Yeah.
I asked, I probably told you this, but I asked AI once if they used placebos testing for parachutes. And then it's like, yes, this group Harvard study had like 23 parachutists, half of them had empty backpacks and the other half had parachutes, and they all landed safely. So parachutes are probably just not a real thing. Or parachute safety doesn't really help with safety. It's just a placebo. But then it quoted the source, and it was a satirical article that it was quoting as if it was real. You probably figured that out.
Yeah, but it doesn't know the difference a lot of the time.
So my Claude AI cost me $20 a month, and it does an awful lot. So just one person using an AI, I mean, if it was using insane amounts of electricity, they would have to charge me more than they're paying for the electricity, right? To even make a profit. So
So you keep telling us that you're getting dumber, and as we go on, you say you're using more and more AI. I wonder if there's a correlation there.
no, I was getting dumber years before they started using the AI.
I can.
I've only
Did
been
you-
using AI 2 months.
Hey, Ken.
Hi, Kendra.
Hi, Kendra. I don't see her here, but hi. Did you ever get your money back from Amazon?
No.
Can I help you with that? Because that pisses me off. There's no excuse for them. They can't just take $1,200. And there's no statute of limitations that's like 2 months, even with your bank. That's bull. You know what Mom told me? She said if you call the bank and they don't give you an answer you like, just hang up and call again. You'll get a different person and they'll give you a different answer. And I did that, and I got the answer I wanted the second call.
Yeah.
So you can't let them get away with that.
Unless
And
there's a way. Go ahead.
And check your Prime account. They might have given you points, or they might have given you the money on your credit there.
Oh, I wouldn't know how to look for that.
I mean, you don't have an Amazon card, so I don't know. But when I return something or dispute or whatever, they just put it on my account. And next time I order something, basically it's free. It goes off until that runs out, whatever credit I have.
No, I don't think so. Well, maybe it's worth checking.
You got to get your. Don't let them get away with that.
I was going to chalk it up to just another Darren screw up.
No, it's not your screw up. It's theirs, and 2 months isn't a long time. If it was 2 years, maybe.
Well,
2 months.
it was. I ordered it in October,
Okay.
and it went through the process, and then it switched to order delayed, and then it was like early to mid-November when I finally called them and canceled it, and they agreed to refund my money because it got lost in shipping or stolen or something before. It was never out for delivery. It's not like I'm saying I didn't receive it and they're saying I did. They know that it never got anywhere near me. So they agreed to cancel it, and then I'm like, oh, and refund it. I'm like, okay, cool. But then it was like March, so 3 months, maybe 3 or 4, when I was like, my card expired, so I was updating things, and while I was messing around with my card, I'm like, I'm gonna look and see if I ever got that refund, and I didn't.
Yeah, I know it's none of my business, but you need to go out and follow up with that. Don't give them hell. Good grief. I hate when people screw people.
Well, I've been getting the free mail order colonoscopy kits, and I've been returning stuff but haven't been returning the actual items. I've just been giving them that.
There you go. At least that's something. Oh, by the way, I got with my neighbor and told him I'd pay for those concrete bags. And he's like, no, that's all right. And I said, I feel stupid. I said we should have just dropped the car on the street and done it differently. But I said we'd driven all the way from Colorado and weren't thinking straight. He's like, it's no problem at all. You know, he says he's going to put some little bit of dirt on it and grow the grass. And I'm like, well, do you need help finance? He's like, no. He was real cool about it.
That's nice.
Yeah. So I was, you know, we never really had an issue before. So I was like, shit, for those who don't know, we put when he moved here, we had a moving van. We couldn't fit it in my driveway, so we used his because we had a better turning radius, and it ended up kind of caving in part of his, where the ditch goes over the sewer pipe a little bit. But it didn't crush his sewer pipe. Now, somebody did crush my sewer pipe on my other end. And they never went. Me. Oh, was that you?
No, I don't think it was me.
No, it was on the other driveway, the noisy people. Speaking of noise, do you hear a weed eater or the guys weed eating next door? Oh, close my window.
So I called a mobile mechanic. He's supposed to come by Friday.
What's he gonna mobily mechanic-wise?
911.
Oh.
Oh yeah, he's gonna try to ask if I know you have it plenty.
You're super quiet, Timmy.
I'm here.
You're super quiet. Did you accidentally go under the house instead of in the house?
No, I bumped a cable is all when I was trying to close the window. Can you hear me?
Better.
Yeah.
So, what I was going to say is, no, I don't. I need to get a couple O2 sensors fixed on the Scion before I make my big trip to Missouri, because I'm probably going to drive it, because if gas is $4.50 a gallon, I don't think I'm going to drive the Silverado.
Yeah.
It's almost $5 where Judy is.
Yeah.
I don't know what the modern cars are like, but generally the hierarchy of trouble codes that used to be, everything says it's an O2 sensor. So are you sure that that's what they are?
I had a mechanic diagnose it, and he says they're two O2 sensors.
Okay.
And he recommended I get them fixed so I can get because it affects the fuel mileage. So before I make that big trip, that's something I'm thinking of doing. So I don't know if the mobile mechanic can do that. It might be worth looking, because I don't know if anybody else does it out here. It's almost like you gotta go to Jacksonville to find a mechanic, because it's all just oil change places and stuff out here. There might be a couple garages. There was that one garage at the end of my road that sucked, that ended up screwing up Chewy. But they went out of business.
Yeah, it's not like the old days where the gas station would have mechanics and they would have little hats and uniforms and shit. And they would actually know how to fix stuff. That's all gone.
Well, and the thing about the old days is they'd fix something and you'd drive out and it would break before you got home, and you and them and everybody else knew, well, it's probably just a different breakdown, because cars break down a lot.
Oh, I've heard that cars now, the new ones, are made worse than they've probably ever been made. They're just junk now. I mean, even expensive cars, like Beamers and stuff, the people just showing like the plastic on the instrument panels is about to fall off and different things. And just brand new cars, and it's like, it doesn't help that like everything's now going to these touch screens.
I think they're talking about moving away from that because people don't like them.
Yeah, people
they're dangerous. They're talking about all these safety features that the government regulates, yet they're going to allow these touch screens where people have to go through 6 menus while they're going 70 miles an hour just to do a function that normally you'd have like opening a vent or something that you could just do in a second. It's like, and they all malfunction now.
Well, that's the thing about Beamers and German cars. I don't know if it includes Porsches or not, but Germans don't really understand electricity very well. So your car probably going to get electrical problems, and you can probably keep driving it, but they're not known for long term. Certain generations were good, but yeah, although I still don't agree necessarily because, well, when you're talking about now, how long are you talking? 5 years, 20 years?
Seems like everything has gone to shit since COVID.
All right.
Just
Well,
not only cars, but just everything. Houses are, of course. Oh, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, I was going to say when I had the Turbo 911, it was a 2003, and I got it in 16, so it was the exact same age as my Nova was when I got it, and the 911 was almost you could tell it was used, but everything looked and worked new. Nothing was broken or anything.
Yeah, but you bought that Nova from a buy here, pay here lot. That was ragged out, and a Nova isn't cared for like a Porsche's. Porsches are garage kept. Novas are run through muddy fields and into ditches and everything else.
Well, of course, that's what they're for.
Well, that's why it ended
They're
up
off road.
And Kendra said Amazon is hiring robots in the package places. That's why they are screwing it up. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Though the people that work there, I don't think they do much better.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're finding out that, I don't know, the fast food, they're in a rock and a hard place because those employees wanting to be paid like a school teacher. But so they replace them with the robots, and the robots are just shit. They're they're nowhere near ready to do that. So I don't know. Maybe they should just quit charging $20 for a damn Happy Meal.
Well, they got a shortage of beef or beef processors and stuff.
Yeah, but has McDonald's ever used beef?
But then you got not I want to say Elon, Bill Gates, and them releasing those ticks with that thing that makes you allergic to red meat.
Right.
So, as more and more people get bit by those ticks, the cost of beef will come down because it'll be less of a demand.
Boy, those ticks, that's something else. Check your ball sack if you're going outside. Because, I've heard that they've gone up, like the tick bites have gone up like 5,000%. And people have been finding boxes out in the woods full of like tick boxes that people have been planting out there.
Yeah.
Fucking evil. I'm so sick of the evil.
Yeah, I was outside yesterday and I saw a possum come up to me. I said, "Hey, possum." And he looked up at me and then turned around and walked out. And I said, "All right, possum, go eat some ticks," because possums eat ticks.
Oh, do
So
they?
I said, go
do
eat
they?
some ticks.
I hope armadillos do, because I've got armadillos that live under my shed.
Really? I thought they
Yeah,
were only
in the
Southwest.
morning I hear them rustling out, and sometimes I'll look out and they'll be just right below my window. They like rummage through the leaves with their little snouts, and they look for bugs or stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a new snake in our yard and lizards.
Ah.
Nice. And I think that's AI doing that Corvair, because my dad had a Corvair just like that, except it was a two-door, and I put it in the ditch. Well, he did get it out of the ditch, so I guess it might be real. That was when I was going to say learned to steer when I was 3, but I didn't learn anything.
Yeah.
All we learned is that when you put a 3-year-old on the steering wheel, the car's going to go in the ditch.
Yeah.
But it was a thought that counted. I'm glad that my dad at least gave me the opportunity.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't crack their engine.
I wonder if it had to do with the placement, with it being in the trunk, something like that.
Well, I assume it would be lower too than a normal engine, so you can get the air cooled better.
Well, it's the crank's lined up with the transmission, which is lined up with the rear end, so it's going to be kind of at on that
Oh,
level.
yeah, I guess that's smart.
And you figure,
I'm
once you
gonna-
go with the commercial, that car's going to the crusher anyway.
Right. The Duke boys will wreck it. That would be funny if Dukes of Hazzard ended up being on the air for like 20 years. They ran out of the cars, so next thing it's like
Damn,
an
there
orange
did.
Pinto.
There's somebody's finding. Oh Lord, he's finding like junkyards just full of Chargers, just 69. Each one of them now would be worth $100,000. They're all
Right.
just sitting out there rotting because basically every jump destroyed the car.
They're doing that with early 90s Porsches, except for they're not destroying them, they're resto modding them and making them
Right.
awesome. So that's kind of the opposite. So it's hard to find an early 90s Porsche nowadays because they've all been turned into $1 million cars. I guess that's better than junking them.
Yeah.
Well, Dukes of Hazzard, they started using replicas. Like the General Lee, they would start basically their toys that they were using, and that's it. Toward the end, that the later seasons, it jumped the shark basically, so that the cars would like jump over generally like jump over a silo or jump over the moon.
Yeah.
And Steve actually came up with a funny Waylon Jennings commercial break. They're going to need a lot of rubber glue to fix that one. I bought rubber cement like last year or something. For one, just to see if it would work as a general purpose cement, and two, I liked the smell. I wanted to see if it would take me back to when I was a kid and would smell that glue. So for the first part, it doesn't stick to anything. Second, yeah, it smelled pretty good. It did remind me of being a kid. Kind of like those purple markers. Remember the grape markers?
Or the mimeograph machine, the big drum thing. Or you
Leaded
can use
gas.
for that.
Oh yeah, leaded gas smelled good. Yeah, the kids now. I mean, those kids nowadays, they have no idea how good gas smelled back in the day.
Oh no, hell yeah.
Yeah,
Steve, can you
Yeah.
get here, Steve, on your phone or something?
Now, you're talking into the void. I asked him on the Facebook doohickey thing, and I don't even see his circle. He just gave up.
You know what we could market or invent? How about a Nerf bodysuit for old
There you
people? They like bounce down the stairs. Give a commercial. I've fallen and I got right back up.
Into a Weeble suit.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I turned Terry into a Weeble for the Christmas episode. The fun Transforama. It was the first ever Christmas one I ever did.
There's Dinah Shower. Why are you here?
Why? So tell me, Wesley, why are you here?
That was
Doesn't
the
that
thing.
picture
the new
behind me
models
make you
being-
want to play
Yeah, I
D&D?
want a Danish now. But back then, man, the day that the new cars showed up at the dealer, they would like put paper over the windows of the dealership, and we can't see them yet. And then, yay, it's the new 1960 Chevy that looks just like the 59 with round taillights instead of the big long ones.
Probably the worst styling mistake. So, the 1960 Dodge Dart, and it wasn't a little Dart. It was basically the Plymouth chassis full-size car. And they wanted something that would compete with Plymouth. So, it basically looked like the senior line Dodges, but a few different cosmetic things. But it was a beautiful car. The front end, the bumper, it looked like a dragonfly. It was really cool looking. And it was a runaway success. I mean, Dodge they couldn't fulfill the orders. There were so many of them. So they were backlogged on the orders. So what do they do for 61? They make it look like a tow. And so all the people, they had all these orders when the 61s came out. They're like, motherfucker.
Mark would have bought one.
Yeah, he might have bought one. That's probably why he bought that Bumblebee or whatever that Toyota he had.
Yeah.
Um,
He thought it was Toyota. Yeah, Toyota.
Damn, I miss our putt.
Yeah,
Dang.
that was him right there in that car. Yeah. So you buy a brand new car because your old car, the door latch doesn't work right. Rather than just fix the door latch.
Oh, it's because it's Chevy.
Yeah, there you go. Our car's doors work. Yay! Oh, Steve,
Oh.
he won't even respond to his thingamabob.
So I was chugging along on my game, and then I got to thinking, maybe I ought to make our sci-fi game into a
Yeah,
computer
yeah.
game. But I think I want to get this one done first.
Yeah. Hey, could you imagine if Pink Floyd The Wall? Remember how they did that call where he actually called a real operator for that
Yeah.
"What Shall We Do Now" song? So, could you imagine if they'd got a hold of a black lady, and she'd be like, "Ooh, child, do you hear that? There's a man on there." Oh. So that was,
Near, far, wherever you is.
yeah, that would have kind of given it a whole different, rhythm,
Yeah,
I guess.
Comedy. It would be on a comedy album as well.
Yeah, well, Roger said that in the director commentary for the movie, he said there was supposed to be a lot funnier of a movie, and he said the humor was all just lost by the time it was done. I'm kind of thinking, well, I would have liked to have known, because I could see where he could add humor there, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't really picture like mixing The Wall and Monty Python.
Yeah. And it's Roger Waters, so that his idea of humor is probably would be roughing up Jews.
Yeah. Did you see those guys? They look like the melted faces from the end of the indie movie.
Yeah.
That was weird looking.
Because it was raining and they had the windshield wipers going.
Yeah, but that was just bizarre looking.
Yeah.
They're AI.
I was going off.
Yes.
Yes,
I
they had
know.
AI in 1956.
Well, they
They
must
did.
have.
It was the B9.
You can tell by the pixels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys with their pipe.
And the Final Destination bumper sticker.
Yeah.
I was about to say they're moving kind of fast to have such loads on on a mountain road.
Well, see, they're Chevrolet trucks, so you can drive crazy, and it's okay.
Oh, that was their when we went.
Tagline.
We went through the mountains with my mom's coworker in a '68 Chrysler 300, black Chrysler 300, and we were going like 90 miles an hour through those mountain roads, and I thought it was cool as shit, and it scared my mom, so she had us ride with her other friend that had a Vega on the way back.
Oh, that's safer.
Yeah, and then when we finally got there, the people that had the Chrysler, they were just like, they were already on their third burger or whatever by the time we got, they were already, about ready to go to bed by the time we got back. They had to rub it in.
There was an episode of Top Gear where they got 3 high-end hypercars or whatever, and they were going to go through this famous scenic road through the Blue Ridge Mountains. And they got there, and they were all disappointed because it was like 45 speed limit all the way down the whole highway. And so they filmed it, and they were hauling ass, but then it showed their dashes, and the speedometer was right at 45, but the tach kept going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Virgil Exner, Chrysler's vice president of styling, he got pulled over for going through there speeding, like racing. with his son. I think that we're what he was driving. I guess it doesn't matter. So some people actually got. Well, I was going to say get away with it, but he got stopped.
Well, I think
So,
isn't that like Tail of the Pup or some dang thing? It's like this famous twisty road. But the problem is, there's so many tourists and RVs and shit. You can't go more than 10 miles an hour anyway.
yeah, I can't imagine.
Tail of the something. It's not Tail of the Pup. That was a hot dog store in L.A. But Tail of something.
I think I've told this, but I was going up took the Porsche up one Sunday morning on this twisty road up in the mountains. And I wasn't going super fast, but I'd go around a blind corner, and as soon as I could see, I'd goose it. So I was varying from 25 to 45 miles an hour the whole time, but it was a blast. Then I came up behind like 20 guys on 10 speeds going uphill. And not too long after I got behind them, I stayed back a little bit. I wasn't being an ass. And they all went single file, and I passed them and waved, and they waved back. And it's like, I must just be dreaming. That didn't really happen.
You know what would have been funny is if when one of them waved back, he wobbled because he had one hand off, and then he cried, and then they all crashed.
Yeah.
Funny.
There was a 70s movie. They'd go all crash and go off a cliff and explode.
Yeah.
Oh, like the car.
Like every 70s movie. If all
yes.
four wheels leave the ground, the car explodes.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
surprised
pretty-
that more horses didn't explode in the 70s movies.
Well, they did that on The Simpsons. They had like a horse and buggy, and it tipped over and blew up.
No, really.
Yeah, I used to watch like the Kentucky Derby because I was waiting for one of the horses to turn over and like a leg fall off and turn over and hit the wall and blow up. Never really happened. Although the dog racing, they used to do that in Jacksonville, and I'd watch the dog race, the replays late at night for the crashes.
Yeah.
It's funny watching the dogs crash. It was usually pretty quick, you know. They're right, and one would, and just
Slow motion.
No, they didn't do the slow motion
And then
replay. It'd be
the
kind of
dog-
funny if they did.
They zoom in on the dog's face, and he's going, no.
Yeah. So what happened there, Spot?
Well, I was going into turn 3, and I felt my tail kind of go one way and my left leg go the other way, and it just kind of... good thing the wall was there to separate me from the...
I don't know.
But you got to.
Dogs
The
don't
thing is, like, you got to add all the sponsors in. Oh, the Walmart tube sock.
I'm glad Milkbone's still Milkbone's a great bone, and we're gonna do it next week. They're a
So
great sponsor.
I
What?
decided I was throwing away all my socks and buying new ones. So I bought the new ones and I threw half the old ones away. And as they come through the wash, I'll throw them away.
Well, you just wash them, and just one gets thrown away
Yeah.
automatically. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was going to get only one color. But
Yeah,
I
that
didn't.
makes sense.
Yeah.
But then they'll all disappear. Now, I kind of did the same thing, only I don't buy regular socks. I'm very extreme. I'll either buy like the stylish multicolored toe socks, or I will buy these very thick thermal socks. So that's basically what, like in the winter, I'll have those thermal socks to wear around the house or wear outside on my swing nights. They do pretty good. They're warm. Well, I'll use the toe socks with the sandals if I'm going to church or something.
Yeah.
When you're dressed up, yeah.
Do you wear penis underwear?
No.
Just like
I
one
know
toe
because
in
we
front?
can't. We don't have Spencer's anymore. It's like the shopping malls are gone.
I think I just invented something cool.
Yeah.
What?
And
It's like toe socks, but for underwear.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen like the underwear that had the elephant trunk and face.
I haven't.
I don't know where I saw it. It might have been at Target. Or I
Probably
don't
dreamed
know.
it.
I know.
No. It seems like Spencer's would have that kind of. It seems like that must have been where I saw it. I don't know where else I would have seen something like that. Spencer's used to be like black lights and flicker lights and Halloween masks
Lava
and things,
lamps,
and then
lava lamps.
No, it's dildos.
lava. Yeah, then it became like basically like a sex shop. You're kind of transitioned into one.
I think maybe a hot topic became what Spencer's was. I don't know.
Hot Topic was fun for a while. I heard they went nutty too. But I really loved those flicker lights. I think I still got a blue one that I had bought in the 80s. I should have stocked up on them. Really should have stocked up. I think you can find them on eBay, but they're like, the last time I looked, they were 40 or 50 bucks a pop. It might have been worth it. They're just so cool.
Yeah.
But they're so delicate. How would you know that the flicker bulb is going to get to you in one piece, you know? For those who don't know, a flicker bulb, it's a big round light bulb with a color coding. So you got green ones, purple, this and that. And when you turn the light on, there's a little filament that bounces back and forth. And you see, what you see is it looks like I don't know, it's just this bright, I don't know how to describe it, like a spark. And it just goes back and forth, a little like a Tesla thing. Or so. It's just kind of neat. And it just goes back and forth. And if you turn the bulb one way, it almost has a candle shape, and if you turn it another way, it has almost like a tulip kind of a shape. And I've got them in Zen Bob's room. So if you watch the last page of Summer, when Tracy looks into Zen's room, you can see his flicker lights on in the dark. They look kind of neat.
It's not a tuba. Oh, look at this Mustang.
So you know, we make jokes about Mary Tyler Moore and her '70 Mustang, and that Rob bought her that car and she ran off and left him and Opie there in New York, and she moved to Minnesota as this, like, you know, freewheeling. So in Dick Van Dyke, that's what they had. They had a Mustang, but it was a '65, but it had the emblem removed. The horse was removed on it.
Oh yeah, they did. I noticed that on the A-Team, because BA's, Mr. T's van, they would occasionally have like the GMC logo taped over,
Because GMC was too cheap to sponsor him.
or some stupid ass thing.
Isn't that crazy? It's weird.
But I also saw that I saw a Mustang, and it was in one of those old person medicine commercials. Like you could feel young again, and it's a Mustang, but no logos.
Huh.
Goofy.
I hear in Europe they leave the logo on, but they take all the badges off. So that if you have a Mercedes,
badges.
they don't want you knowing that it's the top of the line or the bottom of the line.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but it'll still have that. It'll still have that tri-wheel logo. I found Jack Porter's phone number and I texted him, but he never responded.
No.
Or whatever Google gave me.
Here you go. There's the retractable hardtop.
Heard that had like 60 motors in it.
Oh yeah.
They called that the problematic. And you have no trunk space. It's all for that roof. It just seemed like a convertible.
Explaining to do.
Yeah. It
My
just seemed
car's
like a
the same
ragtop
way.
was a better option, I think.
I hardly have any trunk space. I had a Sebring convertible, and I don't remember the trunk being any smaller. But the Audi,
It just depends on how well it's designed.
Yeah, but would you figure Chrysler would design it better than Audi? Because they gave me a bunch more room.
The Audi did?
No, the Sebring, and we put like 200,000 miles on that car before it crashed. So it was fairly problem-free.
So Nathan drove it with a hangover?
Yeah.
I never heard of that happening before.
Well, if you drink enough, you're still
That's
drunk
not
the
really a
next day.
hangover. It's just basically just still drunk, isn't it?
Yeah. But you think in the morning, unless you really feel drunk, that you're probably fine. But
I don't know if you
Not
had
the
a binge, that it's probably it might not. It might take more than 12 hours to get that out of your system.
I had one. It was like I had a hangover for 3 days.
Dang. I've only had 2 hangovers in my life. One was, you were there, Darren. It was at Travis's birthday party at that new house he had, and he had a keg of Coors Light. You know, when you had the Dixie cup, and boy, that was the only real genuine hangover I had. I was throwing up, and Jack Porter lived with me. He's our roommate. He just laughed, you know, because he's an alcoholic. He thought that was funny. The only other time was when I lived in Alabama. There was this place in Oxford. It was a Victorian neighborhood, and there was a place that had a stone dragon mailbox, and the dragon was holding the mailbox, and it looked so cool. And then found out that they were having a Halloween party, and a friend I had at the time, he took us there, and the place was amazing inside. It's you know, I don't know if you've been in. I'm sure we've all been in Victorian houses, but the ceilings are so high, and it's so neat. And he had just like every Universal monster memorabilia and figure that you could think of, and he had an actual hearse in the backyard, a car full of ice and beer.
Ah.
And he had every kind of liquor you could think of. So I tried like every kind of liquor you could think of. And that next morning, I wasn't feeling very good. I didn't throw up, but I wasn't feeling good. So those are really the only 2 times. Gracie used to hate me because I would drink myself purple. You know, and then I'd wake up the next morning before she's up and cleaning out the garage. It's like nothing happened. She's like, "Don't you feel anything after that?" You know, I'm like, "I'm fine."
The only thing
So
that made me puke. The only thing that made me puke were those damn wine coolers back in the 80s.
Yeah, those are gross. They didn't last long. I don't think you can find them
They
anymore.
were probably malt liquor, weren't they?
No, they were wine with, I think they some kind of wine in them.
They're like that Xena. It's just like they don't taste good. They don't get you drunk. They just make you sick.
Yeah. Well, particularly the ones that were like citrus based. That did not work.
Yeah, those Bartles and James guys, they were just actors anyway.
They were just actors. Yeah, that pissed me off. I looked it up years later on the internet. I was like, they were just actors. Shit.
So, if you're an alcoholic, do you not get as bad at hangovers? Or do you just not care?
Well, you're worse
I don't
if
think
you don't drink, I think.
Yeah, it's like I had an old guy. I know this is an old, probably you've heard it a million times, but it was funny when this old man I worked with said that his wife didn't know he was an alcoholic till he came home sober one night. But I thought it was funny. But it might have been true, because those old comedians, they weren't funny like that. They would just like, yeah, my wife, she knew I was an alcoholic because I came home and said, "Hey, honey, did you mow the lawn today?" And everybody's like, "Ah!" That's like, what do you call it, Bob Hope jokes. It's like, even Lloyd, he told me this. I never thought he was. I never did get a single joke he said. I'm like, I guess I thought it was a generational thing. I'm like, okay, this generally isn't funny then. At least his stand up.
Well, he built a hell of a career out of being not funny. God,
Yeah,
yeah,
but-
they named the airport after him in Burbank.
Yeah, people love that. They love they love Berber carpet too, and I don't understand that.
So I heard an ad for a new podcast, and the woman's like, "I'm a doctor of such and such, and I've been exploring the idea, and when I talk to women about changing the attitude and how women deal with," she didn't choke, "with the world, and women, is it really all we have is to like take care of our families and care for people and clean the house and blah blah blah."
Yes.
And I'm thinking, have you actually met a woman? I don't think I've met a woman like that in 40 years. It's like it's brand new that women ought to go out and do stuff.
I did
'cause,
go
you know,
home from
it's
work
far
one
more
day and drink.
fulfilling. It's far more fulfilling to spend 40 years in a fucking office cubicle.
Yeah, I know.
I never understood that. Like,
I
why
don't
would you
either.
want that?
I did go home from work once, and Gracie was dressed kind of like June Cleaver, like dressed all perfect, and came over and just gave me a big kiss. And I don't know, she was being joking around, but I thought that was nice. I felt like a real man for once.
Yeah, but it was just a joke.
Yeah, it was just kidding kind of thing, but. It's been a long time since we washed the beaver. Give the beaver a bath. I don't know. That's disgusting, Tony. Where the hell is Steve?
See, that's Sammy Davis Jr. He actually sang several songs, not just Candyman.
Yeah, Candyman was the only good one. Don't comb your hair if you're next to a bear. Yeah, don't do it.
All those guys, they just did whatever Frank said. Remember how that goes.
He calls the shots for all those guys.
Yeah,
Yeah. Did you see the part where Sammy's coming out? Read the part where Sammy's coming out of the copa, and there's Frank. Fucking
He's
lights.
down Broadway by himself. You got to say
Did you see
Broadway. Broadway, if you're a New Yorker, you got to say it like it's two words. It's not Broadway.
Oh, really?
It's Broadway.
it's like
It's
my
kind of-
bird. My birds, they'll say babies. So the S at the end gets its own syllable.
Well, it's like, and like the Beach Boys, their classic album, it's actually called Pet Sounds, not Pet Sounds. Because it was made, they made the title because Brian Wilson had these strange sounds that were basically becoming his personality and the personality of the album. Like he would put hairpins on piano strings and balance them in certain ways, or different sleigh bells or accordions. There were just different things that people weren't putting in rock records, and they started calling those his pet sounds.
Yeah.
So the album was Pet Sounds. But it didn't help that they made their album cover where they were at a petting zoo. So it's just like they kind of...
Yeah, you put the record on and it's all like cats meowing and dogs.
Well, you
barking.
know, I think that Capitol Records sabotaged them. So I think that might have been Capitol Records' idea, putting that... They didn't want the album to have any success. Since they didn't believe in it. But also, what were we just saying that led to that? Two words separated.
Broadway.
Probably something about tits.
Broadway. You were saying Broadway. Tits.
But we were doing Bruno Kirby's bit from
Bruno
from
Kirby.
Spinal Tap.
Did you ever see the hidden scene with him in Spinal Tap? The limo driver. So he comes. He's so you saw it. So
Go ahead. Yeah.
well,
I don't
he
remember
was.
it though. It's been years.
Yeah, well, they're up in their hotel room and it's at night, and I guess he's wondering where they are, so he goes up to their hotel room, and they're partying still. And they say, "Hey, come here, come over here." And he's like, "What?" And they're like, Nigel's like, opens this box that's got these weird things in it. He's like, "You know what this is?" And he's looking. He's like, "Yeah, it looks like dope." And he's like, "Have you ever tried one?" And he's like, "No, I don't do that stuff. No, it's okay. Because you're going to try it now. We'll give it." And things like he declined, and they're like, "It's fine." And the next thing, he's in his underwear singing Frank Sinatra songs in front of them. And then they're in the limo again the next day, and they're in the back seat, kind of. So, did you have a good time last night?
Dang it.
So why is it hidden? You mean deleted?
Yeah, it's a deleted scene.
It was in the extras. You know the problem
extras.
with the Spinal Tap DVD with the extras on it? There was like a scene where they were up on somebody's patio up in the Hollywood Hills talking, and the scene was about 14 hours long. So I ended up just giving up on it, and I didn't get to see all the extras.
Well, at least it's a
Wasn't
deleted
it-
scene and not part of the film.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Spinal Tap, the one where they originally released the DVD and it was cool and they had cool extras, and then they pulled it and released another one?
No, what it was is the original one they did had the three of them as themselves commentating on it, and then they redid it with them in character. And the one with the general release was them as Nigel and in character, and that was the superior one. I mean, it was better than the original film. Listening to them in character, but just there's a bit of a curious part of me would like to find the Criterion edition or whatever that's got the them. Might even be able to find it on YouTube or something, but to have them in their actual real selves commenting on it.
Yeah, I would think the in character one would be better.
Oh, it's the one in character is fantastic. They were
That
like,
was
"Do you
the
still,
first
what
one,
happened to
wasn't it?
that castle? That Nigel's castle? That do what?
I thought that was the one that disappeared.
No, that's the one that just general release. I've got that one because they were like doing the interview in front of the castle. What happened to your castle, Nigel? And he's like, "Oh, I sold it, and they ended up chopping it apart, and they made a roadway cul-de-sac." And David says, "A roadway cul-de-sac?" Or he's like, what happened to that guitar? He's like, I sent that to Eric Clapton. Oh, we did. What happened there? And he's like, he sent it back saying it wasn't what he was expecting. They were having at that dinner party where they had their album declined. There was some lady with glasses talking to them, and what happened to her? And they said, "Oh, she made a magazine about model aircraft." And David St. Ives says, "Yeah, it's called Fly and Pretend." I know it's just these things that they were doing. It was just made it so funny. These little nuances. And they like hated Marty DeBurgi. They hated the manager, Ian.
Yeah. Wanker.
Which is funny because when they did the new Spinal Tap, Marty DeBurgi was right back there with them again. It's like nothing ever happened. A lot of continuity errors, I guess. Well, like saying the new one is Spinal Tap 2. Spinal Tap 2 happened in 1992. It was like a VHS only release. And we had it. It was pretty good. But they like pretended, I guess it wasn't successful to say this, pretended it never happened.
That was like 1.5.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, not the manager guy's not DeBurgi. The manager guy was
Ian Faith.
and the actor was, I forget his name.
He floofied a couple of years ago.
Yeah, he did.
But,
Liam.
But they didn't.
yeah,
like
Liam.
him.
I had heard that he was about to commit suicide, and then he got the call that he got that role like right that day or something like that. Same with Jonathan Winters. He was going to check himself into an insane asylum, and then he got the call that he was going to be in Mad World. I like those stories. Hey, Steve. Welcome back.
There
Boy,
you
that-
are.
Right here.
Hey, there you are. Now I hear you.
That jug hasn't changed a whole hell of a lot in 60 years, has it?
No.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, it is a good thing. I love that old. I
Although
think if do what?
It doesn't really seem.
Why do I hear Vicky? I don't hear Steve.
There, you might muted. Yeah, I like those old logos from the 60s. I just the Clorox is pretty much the same, but they clutter it up with little explosions and things. Saying now more soap, or now you can put it in your eyes. You know, they just like have these things over them.
Now with less mercury.
Hey, what do you think for the Brilliant Garbage, the new YouTube channel, like putting for the description now the all temperature Brilliant Garbage? I don't know, just I thought it might be funny.
Damn, that looks like fun.
Wow, they look
Check.
good even with. Did they have them covered with mud?
Pretty hot for
Yeah.
being women.
Except when it started to
I think-
combine them, she looked like a man for a second. Hey, Steve.
Well,
These guys are on shoes. Clear
Orange juice.
Lemonade.
You know the British call everything lemonade?
Really?
Yeah.
I put lemons in my water all the time. Learned it from Mr. Neff. But I choosy moms choose whisk. Has any one of you ever bought whisk or Biz or Dynamo or Calgon? Any of those things that you always saw commercials for, but wonder if anyone actually bought it?
I buy Arm& Hammer laundry soap. I'm
Do
not
you?
sure why. It's the Bush Light of laundry soap.
Right.
I actually have a box of Biz. I've had it for probably 10 years. I've never used it. It's kind of like an emergency soap, but it's powdered. It's like the powdered laundry
Well, it's
detergent.
bleach. It's not real soap. But unless it's...
I bought cheer in case of cheer. Yeah,
Did it work?
Does it?
cheer, all temperature.
Were you disappointed like I was when I went into Dick's?
Yeah.
That made it on the last Precious Moments, Darren.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I need to make a new one of those. Got a lot of material.
Your land is our land.
It's made of quicksand.
DC.
I got a
You can't tell that.
shotgun.
You know
Okay.
what? You can tell that's old. United's new. It says United across the top, and then their slogan is "Shut the fuck up and sit down."
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well,
Well, now
also they
their
should have DC
slogan should be United. I hope you ate before you got on our airline.
Yeah.
I hope you didn't eat Atkins gummies before you got on our airline.
Well, they'll let you use the bathroom. They just won't feed you or give you water or anything to drink.
Don't they have those stewardess call buttons anymore?
I don't. Yeah, they might.
Yeah, but they're kind of like the thermostat in an office building or the "Remember Me" button on a computer screen.
Or the closed door button on an elevator?
Yeah, they're not hooked up to anything behind the panel.
We did do Wendy and I did do a pretty good strategic. We had to pay a little extra, but we pre-ordered our seat, and we took the both of the large hops. We took the very back seat where there were only two seats next to each other, so there was no third, and it was the bathroom was right behind us. So that made it kind of convenient. When you're doing like an 8-hour hop, you don't have to be crawling over people, especially me when I bladder never empties.
Do the things still empty out over wherever you're flying?
Over Kansas City, just over Kansas City.
That is, yeah, the Ford Trimotors, they had a toilet, and you flipped up the seat and looked down and you saw the ground below you. But no, they don't do that no more. Not since the 20s.
Well, Lloyd,
So, Steve, try
I
talking.
can't tell I'm laying down.
What?
you look kind of weird, Steve.
You need to mow your lawn.
I
Let
know.
him talk.
Can't tell I'm laying down. That's what's cool about it.
Oh,
Well, you
okay.
kind of, as I said, you look kind of strange.
Something
It's strange when you're laying down, but look like you're upright. It kind of makes you look strange. It's okay. I'm not complaining.
I'm straight anyway.
I bought the wrong kind of grass for my lawn, and it grows so freaking fast. It's all looking wild and
Wait,
ragged.
it
And I-
fell over.
Oh, poor guy. And I mowed
Hey.
it Friday. So it's been like 3 or 4 days, and it's already in need of a mow. So I wait a whole week, and the neighbors would be like, that fucker's lazy. He needs to mow. But if they pay attention, they'll notice I do every week.
Hmm.
But I'm not going to
Hey.
do it twice a week.
Try let Larry or Curly.
Yeah. I was never into them.
I think Darren and I, we mostly watched the Little Rascals. I don't think we got the Three Stooges very much.
Or Caddyshack, or
I don't like any of those SNL movies. I don't think I've ever liked one. I think Wayne's World was okay. I can't think
I
of
like
any of them.
S&M movies.
Huh?
I like S&M movies.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, those Sammy Davis.
Yeah, Dean Martin. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, wait a second. That was.
Does
I missed the bridge.
Does that picture over where Darren is, Steve, does that make you hot and horny?
Oh, absolutely.
He wanted a fat dwarf, and so the AI gave him a blue woman with a Danish fur head.
Well, no, the fat dwarf ended up being naked with big boobs.
Ooh. I thought you couldn't mention boobs on YouTube.
No, Darren said he couldn't show a picture of his AI generated dwarf that was naked with big boobs.
Because I kept trying to get the dwarf shorter, and it wouldn't do it, and so I finally added thick, THICK, and then it turned it into a big fat woman dwarf with her tits out.
I think
Well,
what
actually,
it has to do with
it's spelled THICC though.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what the kids do.
Oh,
I think it has to
The
do
youngins.
with what Google's AI detects,
Jesus Christ!
because they evidently like the with body paint, it's harder for them to detect stuff.
Ah,
So if you make her like a different color, maybe you could show it.
oh, really?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I can't pick up my puppy right now.
That's
All
what
right,
you call it, huh?
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
Give me a few.
Right.
no, stop it.
I have to hold this phone with my hand. That's aggravating.
There was an Arby's like that in Birmingham, the big giant hat one like that. The hat that's like 50 feet tall. And I had some pictures of it. I took some there at night. It was just like that too. It was real pretty. It's just a shame that stuff was so cool back then. And the Arby's, they looked, and the ones built in the 70s, they looked like covered wagons. That the shape, they were like googie design. It's like everything now. It's a gray box. At McDonald's, it's a gray box. Arby's, it's a gray box. We are in dystopia. We're in the start of it. And we're in a weird generation where we can remember cool boxes like that all with the neat logos. And we remember those hairdos and when things were cool.
And it's got phosphate in it. Amico Super Premium.
I went skinny dipping in a phosphate quarry, the mud. And it was very hard on my eyes.
Huh?
Oh. Hard on.
My eyes. Yeah, it was very kind of caustic. It didn't used to be, and then it just was. Because I used to go there all the time. It was near White Springs, Florida. I loved it. It was like Mars. And they had this mud that was so deep, and it was like marble, the colors. It was so neat. And then I took Gracie there, and it wasn't as neat anymore. And then this guy caught us that worked there, and he looked and sounded like Hank Hill.
Tell you what.
And he's like, "Oh, you shouldn't be in there. You might get bit by a snake or something."
Oh, wow. Oh, look at that. CBS. Sonny and
Sonny and
Cher.
Cher.
Yikes.
You turned 80.
She was a freaky
But
looking
has he got
thing.
like platform shoes on? Because I thought she was a lot taller than he was.
I think that's a bit of a no, I think it's a bit of a, what do you call it? One of those things that kind of grows, the story grows as it rosemary. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well,
Well, things grow where rosemary goes, but
I think Cher was tall, but I think
For
it became
lady.
more the joke that it's like as the story went, he became shorter and she became taller.
not like
well, that's what happened to Napoleon. Steve, yes, go ahead, Steve.
Isn't that what it's called? Faux pas?
Yeah,
Faux
it's a
pas?
faux pas.
Faux pas. Faux pas.
Because Napoleon wasn't even that short, but he liked having these Swiss bodyguards that were over 6 feet tall. And so in every picture, he's got his bodyguards around him. And he looks short.
You know, those tape recorders were very expensive back in the day.
Yeah.
Any kind of electronic, I got a Sears
Smoking while
catalog
he's
from
making
70.
a commercial. I love it.
Yeah, I've got a Sears catalog from like 72, a Christmas catalog, and they've got, a calculator. That's like when they were first invented.
Yeah.
And it was like $90 for a calculator. I think you had to plug it in. I'll be back.
And Steve, there's kind of a weird delay. I see your mouth start moving before I hear you.
Well, that's the delay in these the earbuds. Oh, see, they're not the best thing to be working with.
Mm.
But they make phones now where you can't plug earplugs in directly to the phone now.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to. That's the same way with my speakers on the computer. Used to have your headphone jack.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Oh, God. Yeah, I was kind of lucky when I got my computer. It still has a DVD drive and audio in and out jacks.
Oh, no.
No floppy disk, though. Corn dogs.
To break in my new computer, I downloaded one song.
So what was this about? Zoom was wanting your credit card number?
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I got it disputed. Someone got my $20 off me.
Zoom or something else?
That'd be something else. His name's Zoom.
Because Zoom is only, if you get the Pro, and I got the Pro, even though I can't afford to eat sometimes, but I do have the Pro. But
Did you ever get your penis cut in a pencil sharpener?
or a car door.
Yeah, Hoodoo got it caught in the car door. Steve, play us a clip of Hoodoo getting his thing caught in the car door.
Or did I lose the sound?
Hello, Steve. Can you hear us? I think Steve got caught in a car door.
I got my finger caught in the... Hi, Wendy Lou.
Hey, Wendy Lou.
How are you doing? How long you been there? I'm sorry. We haven't been very funny. You haven't missed much. Wendy knows this, so in a couple days, I'm supposed to have a delivery. A brand new 3D printer.
Oh, there goes Steve. Oh, eggs.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
Dang, why do I say anything to you guys?
Yeah, you got to do 3D printer. Go on. You stop talking, and then I just kind of
I guess that's like what a conversation. I say something and wait, and then no one says anything, so I'll just say something again. That's how conversations are supposed to go, I suppose.
All right. Fucking Xers.
Hopefully, it'll be the last
Since I'm
$5
having
printer.
audio trouble, it's hard to do.
So, what, the old one fucked up again, or?
Yeah, it kept. It would stop, and a error would come on the screen saying that the filament sensor, that my filament is insufficient or whatever. And I would just press the button and then press resume, and it would start printing again. Well, when I was trying to do that Gator thing, every time I got up to like P, which is like 10 times a night, it would be off, and I'd have to do that again. Go all the way to the other side of the house and do that. Well, one night it got so bad that the print stayed on 33% all night, all evening for like 5-6 hours. Finally, I just canceled the print, and I looked it up. It says, yeah, those sensors go bad, and you have to replace. And I'm just like, I've only used that. I've only printed a few things with that printer. I'm tired of putting money into it, you know. And I started looking, you know, that kind of technology, you know, with like a 4-year-old printer like that or whatever, it's kind of obsolete. I think the technology's gone up a lot. So I ended up getting a new one, and this one's enclosed. So I might be able to leave the bedroom door open and not have to run the dehumidifier and everything, because you have to keep it as dry as a bone.
Oh.
You can't let moisture get to that filament. It's so, and it's supposedly got, I hate the word, but it's got AI within it that says it's got like 20-something thousand functions to, like if it starts to have a problem, it will either, you know, it'll detect the problem before it happens. That kind of AI is okay if it's like an actual use that's not just, you know, making, like, never mind, I don't want to get into that. But yeah, it's
Speaking, oh, go ahead.
so I'm just kind of hoping it's a little less, or it's a little more idiot proof than the one I had, because I know like a lot of my botched prints are user error just because I have no idea what I'm doing. So I'm hoping that that's a little bit anyway. So it's coming in a couple days, and we'll see what happens. I
Those are
did,
the ones that killed women. It was great.
yeah.
Tampons.
The cereal.
Yeah, the cereal. Yeah.
I think it's talking about a 3D printer.
Yeah.
But that anyway. Hey Steve, what are you doing? Welcome
Smoking.
to the Nope Zone.
Does Steve want my story? I think he froze.
Well, yeah, I'll get you. Let me just finish mine first. So,
Okay.
I did make a new gator head, and evidently I was doing something wrong the first time, because
There's somebody here.
yeah, we heard you now, but just now we didn't hear you before.
Oh,
This is the first. This is the first thing. This is the first time we could hear you when you just said that for like 5 minutes, Steve.
that's weird.
Yeah, we can hear you now, but you were silent for quite a while.
Standing up by the door.
Oh, I see. Yeah, the smoke. So anyway, so the gator head is, yeah, it's new and improved now. I reshaped it, and it's a lot thicker now. I mean, it's actually got substance to it now. That other one, I mean, like I said, it got crushed just by setting a box on top of the bag it was in, got crushed. So this one is a lot thicker. I've had to put a blowtorch to it, and I'm having to grind it and fill it and do different things to it. Anyway, that's about all I've got. So I'll let you know. And Darren, I might still have to get with you because I still have to figure out the stupid jaw mechanism on it.
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right, thanks. Anyway, what was your story?
All right, I've told it before, but I'll show it with images. Oh, I forgot to retouch. I'm sorry. Yeah, go on with something else just for a minute.
Anybody want to fix my computer, they can do it.
Are you still going to do the thing with Gotshot and get your drives restored or the data taken off
I
them?
think so. We meet up with him tomorrow.
Yeah, I got to do that.
But Steve, you got to clarify something, because my brain, it depends on logic. So you said that it was asking you for your credit card number. Are you talking about Zoom or your new computer or what?
I went to install Zoom on the new computer, and I was in Zoom, but something blocked up and said I wanted money for it. So I thought it was Zoom wanted money. So I gave him $20, and then I got to dispute it. Because it wouldn't let me do anything else but do that.
Sounds like you got to get a pop-up blocker set up on that computer. Okay, because
Welcome.
when you said that, I thought it was Zoom asking you for money. They don't want money unless you want the Pro.
That's what I thought too. Don't
So
mind us.
who did you give money to then?
Who knows?
It was some. I don't know. It was.
You didn't just give a stranger your credit card number, did you?
No. It was something Microsoft or something. Or so I don't know. I have to look back and see.
I've never had Microsoft. Well, everything's changing. Every company, everything. They're all crooks now. All of them. They're just all crooks. I feel bad. I really do kind of feel bad for the kids now because they're basically born into dystopia now. They'll never be able to own anything. At least we had memories of owning stuff and cool cheer logos and stuff.
Okay,
You remember
I'm
that
ready.
carpeting that looked like broccoli? Like 2 levels, like it was high and low. We
I
had
don't
that.
remember. Just AstroTurf.
Early
All right,
70s.
Darren, what you got?
Okay, so this is the story I told. Now, don't leave, Steve. This is for you.
Okay.
Okay, so I was trying to train an AI graphics model to make the kind of images I wanted. So I was going through elves, dwarves, humans, warriors, wizards, everything else. So I was trying to do a dwarf woman warrior, and it just wouldn't cooperate. It wouldn't make her short. So this is kind of, I'll show you. This is one of the earlier ones I was doing. And I said, because I'm saying, make her short, squat, small, put a full-size horse next to her so that it shows how short she is. But it was doing like that. So she's kind of squat and dwarven, but she's not short.
Her head's not big enough.
Well, maybe I should have just said make the heads bigger. And so I kept saying more and more to just make it shorter, make it shorter. So let me show you the next stage. So finally, it went to this. And I'm like, yeah, that's not it. That's not quite what I'm looking for. And so finally, I finally decided, all right, that's not working. So let me add thick. Maybe that'll work. So I said I added thick to the short, squat, small, stuff like that. I was like, and you can't request boobs. It won't do it if you say, show me whatever else. But if you say thick, then you're getting boobs whether you like it or not. And then,
Or you have to censor out the nipples.
And Darren
Yeah.
censored him out so we don't get kicked off.
so
okay.
finally, all right. So anyway, so finally, I got my image. I don't know if I don't have that one handy. It kind of looked like the kid one, but it didn't really look. It looked like it might have been a kid, but it might have been a dwarf. So I just used that because it's kind of a general styling is what it's trying to get from it. So all the pictures I put in, and I let it churn for half hour, 45 minutes, and then I said, all right, give me an elf warrior wearing green armor and blah blah with a sword and all this other stuff. So that's when it gave me that, and I'm like. Well, that's kind of disappointing.
Steve said that was hot.
So it is kind of,
Yeah.
it grows on you. Well, I wouldn't want to inflict myself on a woman because I'm so disgusting, but I could maybe do that.
Well, it kind of looks like Tracy Trell when I made her up in 2009 before I knew how to draw.
Yeah. Well, when you first wake up in the morning, your eyes are still watery.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, all right. So anyway, and then I generated a few batches and they were all variants of that. And I said, Kiana, come in here and look at this. And she came in and she looked exactly like that because she had some weird gel thing all over her face.
Oh, I thought you were going to say she looked like the one before that.
No. So anyway, about 10 minutes later, I'm like, well, I'm going to try it one more time before I delete the model I created. And then that's what it actually generated after.
Well, that's an elf.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I haven't tried a dwarf yet.
Oh, I thought
was-
that's what you were
well,
doing.
reindeer.
Dwarfs.
Well, no, the dwarf was the part I was stuck on. I'm mostly generating elves
Prettier.
and humans, but so anyway, I haven't tried a dwarf, but so,
Putt, go ahead.
go ahead.
She's prettier.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yep. Putt said I looked like an elf, especially when I put my hair behind my ears.
Right.
But he's no longer in a BabbleGab. He is in spirit. You know,
I think
some
his
people,
probably has better shit to do.
a lot of people are using AI to make their own CP.
Oh, yeah.
Like is that like TP?
Huh?
No, that's not what.
It's like, it's a thing that we can't say or get kicked off
AKA
YouTube.
CSAM.
Oh, cunt picker.
CP, is that what you said?
It's CP.
Nothing.
I don't have to
CP.
explain this to
Oh, I
you.
get
C
what you're
stands for
saying.
child, and I'm not going to say the rest of it.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay. Never mind, I see, said the blind man.
Also, yeah,
Yeah. You're next president. You got a couple mansions, a lot of time on your hands. What are you going to do?
Yep.
oh,
Princess
and Wendy
Phone.
said that's exciting news. Well, thank you, Wendy. I'm
I didn't know Wendy was here. I wouldn't have shown off my hardcore porn. Accidental hardcore porn.
well. She
Oh,
goes to the
my.
cosplay events, so she sees it firsthand. So,
Oh, yeah.
Do all the dwarf women at cosplay have the tits out?
oh yeah, they get as
What
naked
would
as
be
they
the
can
point
possibly
otherwise?
legally. They do as much as they can legally get away with.
That's the only reason I'd go.
I mean, you ever been to a
honestly.
Ren fair?
A Rim
yeah.
fair?
Renaissance Festival.
Oh. I thought it was like is that like a Ren shot?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Darren and I we used to go to a really good one. It was in the mountains in Colorado, and it was like a permanent camp there. I mean, it had like a gate that like a
Oh,
castle
really?
gate with the towers. You know, it was like a kind of a permanent setup. It was pretty neat, like almost like an amusement park. And they once a year they do their Renaissance Festival. You know, that was before I did dress up. You know, I would have loved to have like gone there as my drow or something. But I'm not alone. I mean, cosplay wasn't a thing back in the 80s, so nobody was really dressed up cool unless they worked there.
No, they would rent costumes and stuff at the gate. So you could
Yeah, but
dress
they
up.
weren't cool
Ren
like the
fairs
stuff
are
people
like
do.
another place where it's like boobs all over the place.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like there was when we went but that was Colorado too. You don't want to see naked women there.
Yeah, I mean, it must be a California thing because out here, if you go to a Ren fair, it's like boob.
Well, you know, I haven't been one since the early '80s, and things have changed a lot then. You know.
I went in the 2000s. It was the same but more crowded. And I learned Solio is a good walking around in the heat wine.
Goodness, I couldn't imagine doing liquor and having to be out in the heat.
Well,
Although
wine isn't liquor.
it's alcohol.
It's alcohol. But
That's right.
Alcohol,
drink it
alcohol.
slowly.
Oh, Wendy said, I think the rule seems to be the larger the woman, the smaller the costume.
That's why I asked you if I could borrow your halter top, Tim.
Yeah,
When we
yeah,
go to the
that'll
pond.
work.
Yeah, you can wear it if you want. You might not ever get out of it.
Yeah, I was talking to Putt, and I was wearing a salmon-colored shirt. And no, this was years ago. And Michelle or somebody was teasing me for wearing a pink shirt. I'm like, well, A, I don't give a shit what people think about my shirt because I'm a man. And B, it's not
Yep.
pink, it's salmon. And
Yeah.
Mark said, yeah, I had to tell people my shirts were salmon too.
Well, salmon's got a little orange in it. Hey, Steve,
Hey,
what you doing?
I put both earbuds in, see if that makes it better.
Can you hear us
Probably
better?
does. You feel less
In your-
lopsided.
Did you put them in your ears?
Yeah.
Yeah, you put one up your butthole and
All right, Tim, play that real loud tone again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they call that long stereo. One in front, one in back.
Is it long pig or long?
I was just
pork?
trying out my Longfellow serenade.
Yeah, there you go. Texaco,
Does it sound any different though? I got both earbuds in.
I guess.
Um,
Are you using the
you're
speakers in the
only-
earbud? I mean,
you're
the
the only one that
microphone
would
in the
know
earbud
that.
too?
Say what?
He's asking us
So
how
it's-
we sound.
No, I was inquiring about. So you're using the microphone feature that is included in the earbuds. Is that correct?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you okay.
Those gummies are coming back up to say hello again.
Oh, goodness.
Might have to bail here in a minute.
Uh-oh. Like these
As
guys.
long as you
They're
come
like-
back.
All right, I'm getting
Finally propped myself up on the table
My
there,
gummies
so
are more fun. They don't do that.
That's kind of personal.
What?
Your gummies.
My gummies.
Well, look at her. Look
Oh,
what they did
gummies.
to her.
I can tell when I'm not going through because my square don't light up.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah, that time it did.
Yeah, I'm watching this, Tony, and they're making fun of me in that video behind you.
Oh, the Pepto Bismol.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy's stomach's huge.
At
The eggs in here.
least they're not calling you an egg.
They got faces.
That's Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah.
Humpty
Oh, he's gonna
Dumpty was
fall.
a cannon. Humpty
cannon?
Dumpty was a cannon, not an egg. Because you don't put eggs on walls, you put cannons on walls.
Yeah.
And the king's horses and the king's men don't give one shit about eggs.
Yeah. Well, what's a horse going to do to fix an egg any damn way? They don't have little fingers, nothing.
They
Right,
had to
right.
they had to
But
hoist it out of
again-
the moat or whatever.
Well, no, you hoist a cannon out of the moat. You don't hoist an egg. Especially if it's
Depends on
broken.
how
How heavy
big
can it
the
be?
well maybe the egg was the king's wife.
Then why would they be trying to get it out of the moat? Because it was probably the king that pushed her.
Well, because they wanted scrambled eggs.
That's why I have string in.
You don't put an egg back to. Tim, you're missing the whole point of eggs.
He does. He doesn't like them. They're a superfood.
I don't like eggs.
The best thing you can eat, and he doesn't like them.
I'm with Tim on this one. And it's for the same reason, too. I just ate too damn many of them. It's not like they gross me out or anything else. It's just not another egg.
Yeah, I remember
By
liking
that
them.
logic, I should hate hot dogs.
I remember being 2 years old or whatever, 3, and I remember asking for more, and my mom would give me more. And I remember even jumping up and down on the couch, like on the back of the couch. I was having such a good time. And she said that kept wanting another, and then she gave me like another, and I just pushed the plate away. And she said I never touched another egg again. It just, and my aunt
There's a red
Bertha,
hair on your chest.
yeah, ugh. My
It's
aunt
a-
Bertha had the
kind of
same. She had the same experience with butter. She like ate a whole tub of butter, and then she couldn't eat butter ever again.
I told Kiana when she was little that I said, eat these
Oh,
potatoes
my
and
God.
hit her in your chest. And it was like 10 years she wouldn't eat potatoes until I finally convinced her it's an expression. They don't really do that.
Well, she might like
Vicky
that.
was telling me earlier she could not stand real butter.
Really? I'm the
Yeah, it's got to
opposite.
be this fake shit.
Oh my gosh, my mom used to buy that country crock of shit. I hated that stuff. I just didn't use anything. I didn't use any of that stuff. And it's probably for the better. It probably would have stunted my growth if I'd have put that axle grease in my food.
It's terrible,
what I
but
was
that's what
saying
everybody
earlier.
did.
I prefer the real butter.
It's rare to see a commercial for a product that killed people, but this is a product that killed people.
What?
Behind me.
Asbestos? I don't know. What does it say?
Chevrolet.
Real? I
It's
didn't-
Reliant
oh,
tampons. Reliant tampons. They
Oh,
killed
nice.
people.
Why did it
They
kill
caused
people?
toxic shock syndrome, and they killed people.
Now with
I
more
mean,
mercury.
Sugar Crisp
You know what
killed
they
people
call
too, but
people tampons?
it wasn't a scandal.
Well, Sugar Crisp
They
is a
call
lot
people
more fun to
from
eat
Tampa
than those
tampons.
tampons. What, Steve?
Steve,
So don't they call people from Tampa tampons?
do
No.
they?
Okay.
Blah.
Do you have your own tampon man superhero?
Yeah, Tim Walls.
Yeah. Tampon Man.
He was supposed to preside over a Memorial Day event, and he went to the St. George Floyd Memorial instead.
Yeah.
Uh,
So did the mayor. Like the mayor of Minneapolis did the same thing. He posted on Twitter, today is the day to remember George Floyd, and boy, he got tore a new one.
That pissed him off when that comedian said, George Floyd's probably looking up at us right now saying, I can't breathe.
Look at I like it when people say, 5 years sober.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some band fired their guitarist, I think, for saying that Ozzy was like 3 days sober after he died.
They fired him over that?
Yeah.
That's a shitty band.
Yeah.
That-
my thought was there had to be issues, and they were tired of this guy or something.
Yeah. And he said something that was on PC, so now they could fire him and get brownie points for virtue signaling. That I think it was Green Day and Offspring, fired
don't
band
tell me.
members because they wouldn't take the jab.
Oh, don't tell me that. I like Offspring, or at least I
Yeah.
used to.
Yeah.
Ooh, dang.
Well, look it up.
Pearl,
rock
remember
and roll
Pearl?
stories are interesting, but sometimes they grow legs and fabricate
Yeah.
themselves. But
That's true.
Well, I never heard anything about the Offspring people other than just listening to their music. So,
I liked that self-esteem song.
yeah.
I never heard of the group.
Oh, come on, Steve.
Yeah, yeah.
Offspring.
You never heard that song? Got to
Steve,
keep them separated.
Steve had never heard of Slim Whitman.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I did too. I did too.
Les
I just didn't
Nessman's
know he did
favorite.
a cover of Paloma Blanca.
That's all anybody remembers is, and we wouldn't have known that if they didn't put that in their face on the commercials, on the TV commercials. Slim Whitman, Ooma Paloma Blanca. It sounded better when.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. You know what? The original George Baker selection version, he didn't do that. Oh, in it. It just.
Well, you can't have the song without it. Because I don't remember the George Baker
I like
selection
the
song. You like what?
I like the George Baker version.
Yeah, in fact, the next fun hour, I'm going to put the George Baker, the original, in there because I've already played the George Baker selection song. Darren and I don't know if Darren liked it. I loved it. It was on Goofy Greats, Little Green Bag.
Well, who originally did this song?
George Baker selection.
Okay,
It's
I
probably a
didn't-
traditional song. I mean, it's like in Spanish and stuff.
Well, I don't know. He's the first person to do it.
There is a weird dance going around on YouTube with that Palumba Blanca dance. They're doing some weird. It's a bunch of Chinese girls, and everybody else is doing it too.
Boy, those Chinese people are doing weird stuff. I just saw something about these Chinese. There was some revolutionary
Ooh, Char.
face thing that they would inject, and they would basically become beauty stars. But what they didn't know is this stuff wasn't tested, and within a year's time, their face would just keep generating cells until they.
Ew.
Yeah, it's like they would get. They would look like they got stung by 100 bees. They'd get like these zits on their face, and their face would just get like fat like a sumo wrestler, and their nose and the chins would get pointy like a hag. It's like the worst thing, and they would just keep growing.
And they can't fix it. There's nothing they can do.
Yeah, and then there was this one influencer who, I guess she had enough surgeries to where she doesn't look like that, but she has this uncontrollable twitch with her face and her eyes. She can't talk without just this constant twitch.
What is it
Like
they
good.
injected?
I don't know what it was, just something that would make them beautiful. And but it's like, something like that should be tested for 10 years before they put something like that on the market.
Or a brand new mRNA vaccine?
Yeah. Boy.
It was, I'm not sure, what the nature of it was. But it was just that I guess they would have it injected into certain spots to fill out spaces, or And I don't know what the idea of it was. I don't know if it was some kind of living organism or whatever the hell it was, but it would stimulate
Yeah.
growth, but then it just wouldn't stop, and he'd turn into the Elephant Man.
Yeah,
All
basically.
that, all that stuff, if you're lucky, plastic surgery or those injections or whatever, because you're getting old and you don't want to be old, so you get plastic surgery. Now you look like an old person that had plastic surgery.
Or
Yeah.
a Martian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's it's kind of interesting, the whole uncanny valley thing. And it's like, I kind of have an idea that's not as exciting, but it's like, why are we so hardwired to recognize if somebody has an actual human face? But then I think maybe it's part of just the recognition, so you can easily recognize an individual human face. But just even so, you would think that it would have a wide range, because there's a wide range of faces. But then some of them you're like, nope, that's not really a person.
Kind of makes you wonder about what happened in the old days, doesn't it?
What do you mean?
Well, when humans were evolving, what the hell was going on then, too?
But you never feel that way when you're looking at a cartoon. It doesn't look really, objectively doesn't look like a human at all, but it clicks in your brain. And you're
Maybe
fine.
back then
It's
there
only
were
when it's-
demons in human form back then, more
Well,
than
there are now.
I don't know.
I mean, look at
Yeah.
Well, it's researched.
Same-
But
same-
I think in our childhood we didn't see it much, and now it's coming back.
So I heard something interesting too that I never thought of before. There's multiple types of aliens, and the nice ones, they'll kidnap you and probe your butt, and then they'll put you back in bed or whatever. But then there's others that just drop you from a height. So there's all sorts of missing persons, and then they'll like scour the area with dogs for days and not find anything. And then 2 weeks later, they'll find your body in the middle of nowhere where they've already gone over with dogs and they just missed it, apparently, they say. And it looks like that the body has been dropped from like really high, and there's nothing high around it, stuff like that.
Well, did you
So
ever see the movie Mulholland Falls back in the 90s?
Mulholland Drive?
No, Mulholland Falls. It was a 50s cop. It came out in the 90s. It was a 50s cop.
It's like Basinger or somebody in it? Or
No, it was. No, not only Confidential. It came out at the same time,
oh, okay.
but it was Chaz Palminteri was in it, and a few other guys, and oh shit, the girl from The Rocketeer.
I never saw it.
You go see it now. Just we'll wait.
Oh, okay.
And damn it! So that's the biggest role she had was The Rocketeer. Jennifer Connelly, and she was in Mulholland Falls.
She was attractive for a woman.
Boy, for a woman, yes.
So you're talking about aliens. I subscribe to a YouTube guy called Black Conservative Perspective. Good channel. The only problem I have is he likes to keep everything in context. So you'll end up having to watch some stupid person like from The View. You'll have to watch them for 5 minutes doing their whole thing because he doesn't want to chop things up, which is I respect. But he had one called Trump Prepares Bombshell UFO Disclosure as Scientists Admit 4 Types of Alien Life Have Been Found. And I commented, the only aliens I want to hear about are the ones he promised to deport. And I got 280 likes on it.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say: if you give a man a fish, he'll eat for one day. If you deport him, you never have to worry about him again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course I had a couple let me see, what did he say? Hang on.
Flying Eastern. I never flew Eastern because I've always been on the West Coast.
Eastern isn't around anymore, is it?
Are there any airlines left?
Yeah, Eastern Airlines, I deliver to them, or Uber, I'd take people there all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That's
Maybe they
me
just
in
do
the
stuff
East.
in the East. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm thinking of American.
Computers. Yeah, American, I think, is still around.
Somebody, one or two people commented on my thing saying, "Well, aliens are gonna. What do you expect them to think if we're gonna, deport the people that are like us, this and that?" And he just got torn a new one. And they're like, "You believe in aliens?" And they're like, "I actually really believe in the little green men from Mars." And they kind of tore them a new one. But anyway, that's all I got. I'm sorry. I was
that movie Kick-Ass had the Chloe Moretz when she was young in it, and they were all about kind of being fake superheroes, and she was like 12 or something. So in one part of it, she dresses up like a schoolgirl to trick somebody, and one of the critics went off, and he was like, "It shouldn't be sexualizing young girls," and blah blah blah. And people were like, "Interesting. So you think schoolgirls is a sexual thing, huh?" It's like, what is it that made that seem sexy to you?
You see a gal with big old boobies in one of those schoolgirl uniforms, and
That's sexy, but not 12-year-old in a schoolgirl uniform looks like a schoolgirl.
That's kind of like the same logic that you're talking about. This was something we talked about. I think it was before you were on. No, it was when Putt was on here. I made a Transformama where Rob became a chocolate elemental. And you're into D&D, so you know what an elemental is. So the people were able to say, "Oh, become a chocolate Mowgli, or become a Easter bunny, become a little sports car, become this." And Rob kept changing shapes into these things, and he ended up getting stuck as a candy bar with basically an anthro candy bar. That's how he ended up. I think you saw it, Darren. But somebody commented on that, said I was racist by doing that. I'm like, "How do you figure? Explain yourself." And they're like, "You should have used white chocolate." I'm like, "Why? What are you doing? What's that have to do with anything?" And I basically put them in the corner, saying, "You turned to chocolate. What are you trying to say?" And eventually, I'm like, "What are you trying to say, that a chocolate looks like a person?" Or I basically made them out to be what they were accusing me of. So I just made them as chocolate. And by the way, white chocolate isn't real chocolate.
No.
So everybody loves chocolate.
yeah,
Do you know
I've met people who don't like chocolate, and I think there's something wrong with it.
I think so too.
mercurochrome, the red shit, that stingy shit they used to put on you?
Yeah.
It's called that because it's got mercury in it.
Yeah.
That explains
goodness.
a lot.
I thought that was iodine.
It's like iodine with mercury. Maybe they just got rid of the mercury.
Maybe if you have the mercury and the chrome, it kind of cancels out the bad part.
Yeah, that's what they say on the commercial.
I think that's sped up footage. But yeah, I remember in science class, I was like in the 8th grade, some mercury escaped. I guess a thermometer broke or something. And the kids were playing with it with their fingers, rolling it in a ball on the table and stuff. And I'm thinking, are you sure you should be doing that? I don't think that stuff's really safe to be touching. And even at 12, I kind of knew that, like, I don't think you should be doing that.
They're going to turn into Mad Hatters.
I know, that's why they said they were crazy, because they had mercury in their tools that they used for them.
Yeah, the Hatters always went crazy. But mercury was a big component of medicine, too. And poor people couldn't afford medicine like rich people could. So they say people like Caligula and Ivan the Terrible and stuff that didn't have a crazy reputation early on and then just went batshit insane as time progressed. Probably might have had something to do with the mercury.
Well, in the room, of course, they had the lead pipes, which lead pipes actually aren't that big a problem unless the water is like standing for too long.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But then in Rome, they didn't have faucets. You had they had running water, but it would just run and it would just go down the drain, and you would pay for.
Hey, Vicky.
Hi, Vicky.
They said hi to you.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
You would pay for the size of the orifice that the water came out of.
Ugly Anna.
Oh, please.
Tony's talking about his orifice.
He's talking about
Yeah.
spending money on.
So you had less water or more water, it was flowing.
Tony's talking about his orifice.
Yeah.
Vegas kind of works like that too.
But
Man,
see
I
how
would
cool
love
the
to ask
Texaco
Putt-
sign used to be, the logo? Everything was
yeah.
cooler back then.
Yeah.
The gas smelled better, as we were talking about.
I don't know if I ever had a
Farts-
chance to
farts
ask
smell better.
Putt.
Farts smelled better.
Yeah, there you go.
Parts.
Well, it just depends on what you're eating. Oh, there's a little tank car. Oh, look at the train.
Well,
That's-
the
so
food
that's
that I
a
used to eat
caboose.
when I was a kid was leaded a lot more, so my fart smelled
Yeah.
a lot better, back then.
There you go.
Oh.
But
Oh, nice.
I never. What do you grab it?
Oh, is this
Ooh.
camera still on?
Keep your hands above it. And playing pocket pool. It's like, what's going on? But no, I always wanted to ask Putt. I don't know if maybe I did, but Gamera. You know
Me?
Gamera, the big turtle that flies with rockets in its butt? It has fangs, but the fangs are so far back in his jaw that they can't possibly do anything. They have no function.
Vestigial.
They're for chewing.
Yeah, but you can't even chew nothing. They're sticking like back here.
Well, he's a turtle. Real turtles don't even have teeth, do they?
I'm not sure.
I think they just kind of like have a beak.
Well, real turtles don't have fucking rockets in their butt either.
Good night, little feller.
They did in Missouri.
Yeah, rocket turtles.
So you ever hear
No
of Jack
deposit,
Chick?
no return.
It was a fun movie when I was like 6.
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh, I see a person and a dog.
What is that?
A
Is that the
person
big
with
fat
a
dog?
dog's head.
yeah.
Let's see the fat dog. I haven't seen Sally.
Yeah.
Sally looks gentle.
Kinda. I
Kinda
think she's
like,
constipated, so if you rub her belly too hard, she growls.
Oh.
But
I just had Scooter. Nobody saw.
Yeah. I saw Scooter earlier.
yeah, it's irresponsible to bring a dog up into space.
Yeah, there you go.
Russians did that, but
Sador.
the Russians didn't really give a shit if whoever they sent into space actually survived.
Oh, fuck no.
They would just- They would say, "We're sending the first man to space," and then the rock would fly up and explode. And they're like, "We had a failure of an unarmed launch system today, or an unmanned launch system."
No, they didn't.
As long as there's no man in it.
Yeah.
But no, the dog,
There was
Lyco
some-
was the dog. And
It's like
yeah, they
Mike
just
Love
set
from the
him up
Beach
there.
Boys.
There was
I always
somebody.
thought unmanned meant that they send a woman in space.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to do that. They screw up the page. They poke holes in the spaceship, and they.
Yeah.
Back end of
Mess up the
things.
toilets.
Yeah, didn't you say, Tony, that one of them stunk up the ship so bad they had to trash the whole thing?
There were some young teenagers in Eastern Europe that had a radio set, and they would realize they were listening to the Soviet space program communications with the ships and the launches and stuff. And they said just so many times they'd launch and they'd be speaking Russian, and somebody would just start screaming and die, and then be on the news that they had an unmanned launch and was successful.
Oh goodness, yeah, they were notorious for lying. Those American, the Russian news. I don't trust anybody anymore. They're showing some pretty women here.
Oh, yeah. Well, they were just better looking back then.
It's the hair or the clothes or something generally makes old timey women be unattractive, but every once in a while you see one and she's like, "Oh, she's cute."
Well, back in the '60s, it was different. They started looking pretty good. In the late '60s.
Yeah, late 60s, early 70s, they had the kind of the natural look for a while, so they didn't have those, crazy hairstyles that took like 4 hours to build up.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Well, some of them. I mean, in the early '70s, there were beehives and bouffants still, but it was mostly
Most
housewives and older women that had it.
Yeah. Well, most
Oh,
women kept
speaking-
whatever hairstyle they wore, when they were in high school. So you see these pictures in the 40s of high school yearbooks, and they look like they're 50 years old because they've got the weird, non-movable hair, the hair that does not move.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
That's like Stacy in the new film when she fell down the stairs. She says, "I think my bouffant cushioned my fall." People say they really like the bouffant. It's like these idiots that say, "I wish they would redo Jaws." Like,
Yeah, please.
why would you even say that? you know, like they've made a good new movie in the past 20 years. But part of what makes Jaws neat is seeing the old hairstyles and seeing all of that stuff. That's what it's a time capsule. And somebody posted on YouTube. It was like November of '75, and it was on a beach in North Carolina. They posted. They had a story on CBS about a beach town that people weren't going to their beach anymore because they were afraid of sharks because of Jaws. And it looked just like it mirrored the movie. You had the mayor there interviewed, the guy that was the head of the city council, and you had these people in the room that were talking about how the tourists were going, and it was like a meeting, like a city council meeting, and they were showing people on the. It was exactly like the movie. It was
Robert's
so funny.
His fingers across the chalkboard.
Yeah, it was missing. I was waiting for that to happen. I was waiting for them to have the billboard of the woman in the bikini with somebody painting the scream on her face. And they were saying that sharks aren't the problem. It was Jaws that was the problem. And it was interesting because it was just months after the movie, so it was the same hairstyles, it was the same visuals, looked like the same beach. It was really wild looking.
But even
Well, then
how would you? Sorry.
Go ahead.
How would you remake that movie? The reason that made that movie a great movie instead of just a good movie was that the damn shark wouldn't work.
So where'd they film it?
Martha's Vineyard.
Martha's Vineyard. But because the shark didn't work, so you only saw it at the very, very end, and it was just all suspense, and it made the movie much better.
Well, they have to make it because Brody has got to be a trans, multiracial person married to a multiracial person, and they have to have one white guy that's the idiot. He's the mayor will still be the idiot, but
It was. Remember when DeSantis sent up 20 illegals to Martha's Vineyard in a bus?
I remember that.
It was like 14 or 20 of them, and they basically ended up being the same scene. The whole town's going crazy and wanted to call in the National Guard.
Yeah, they got rid of him too, pretty damn
There was
quick.
one old guy talking about World War II. It's like, wait a second.
I think that's where Carly Simon is from, where she lives.
Probably.
So she was probably one of the people bitching about it. She used to post a lot on Facebook. She would post what she was doing, and then she was posting a little video or a picture, and there were crutches in the back, and they were like, "Are those your crutches? Are something you're not telling us? Are you okay? This and that." And she's like, "No, those aren't my crutches, or somebody else's." And I didn't see her post after that.
Yeah. She probably fell down and couldn't get up.
Could be. I don't know if they were her crutches, but I always liked Carly Simon. I thought she was pretty, but as she got older, she started getting a little more Gollum-like, slightly.
Yeah, don't we all?
Oh yeah, I'm not knocking her on it. I mean, I guess better that than her having a whole bunch of stupid surgeries, like a lot of them do. But I guess it's hard when somebody becomes 80. They're not going to be like the same kind of hot person that you remembered from the 70s.
See, I don't have to worry about shit like that. It was never hot. So
I hope people lose their vision.
Yeah.
Supposed to be interested in each other.
Yeah. Well, you still always have the old album covers.
Yeah.
So if you're having sex with Carly Simon, you just like put an album cover in front of her face.
Yeah, I used to joke about how in that picture I got like the Carly Simon mouth there, but it's because I had fake fangs in my mouth that kind of stretch my lips out.
Golly.
I bought a new tunic. I replaced that tunic because that one that I was wearing was so rigid. It was this cloth, and there's no play in it. And it was, when I first put it on, I couldn't get it off. I couldn't take it off of me, and I had to actually cut the neck, slash it down on the chest just to get it off. It was like claustrophobic. And even after that, it's still claustrophobic trying to get that thing off. So I ordered a leather one. But it's still blue or bluish. And So hopefully I'll get that next month.
Oh, okay.
So if we go to a con, can I wear a hospital gown?
I think you can wear whatever you
Long as
want.
there's butt coverage. Sorry, otherwise
No,
don't.
no, well, that's the whole point. Just leaving the back. It's kind of my way of saying. Fuck
I get
it.
thrown out of the convention.
Let's just say it's costume.
Oh, I was so dumb when I had my colonoscopy a couple weeks ago. I put the gown on wrong.
Oh, the front was
Like, all right,
showing.
well, if you want us to send the camera up front, we can do it. But
No, I didn't put it on backwards, but she said just put it over your head, which I did. But my arms it was like a tank top. I didn't have the sleeves. My arms through the sleeves. It's all right. At least my stuff wasn't showing and stuff.
Well, that's the whole thing of a colonoscopy. You're supposed to show.
Yeah, but not with the prep nurse.
Oh, well.
she doesn't get paid
She's
enough.
hot.
Yeah.
See, here I am
Scooter.
thinking about her, and there's Steve thinking about himself or himself.
They must be a good. They're a good colonoscopy place because they keep giving me surveys. See, if the place was bad, they wouldn't give you surveys.
Oh, I finally did mail in. I mailed shit to my doctor. And it feels weird mailing shit to anybody, but to a doctor is like, isn't it like illegal to mail shit to people? But
No,
I
they
did. They
love doing
emailed
it now.
They emailed me back and they said I passed the shit test. So I passed.
Really,
the
I didn't
shit
even know
test.
you had a doctor.
I don't, but I sort of do because I'm in Medicare now, and so I signed
Oh.
up for Medicare Advantage with Kaiser just because I like the name Kaiser. And so I chose, and they had you could have all these doctors you could pick from, and they put their pictures on the little thing. And I thought, can I get one that looks like a human being? And I found one, but he's all the way over in Pasadena. So I'm going to want to
You
make
want to
an
speak
appointment.
English?
Say it again?
Did you get one that speaks English?
I think so. He looks like somebody who would speak English. Because they give you a picture so you can actually judge a book by its cover.
The
Fun
surgeon
fact,
who
you can actually judge a book by its cover most of the time.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That's why books have covers.
Yeah.
The surgeon who did my operation looked like Eric Clapton.
Ah.
Eric Clapner.
Eric Clapton. Yeah.
Flatner.
I love Eric Clapton.
I want a doctor that looks like Beulah Ballbricker.
Yeah, there you go.
Those are usually the nurses that come in and
No, I had to take a
Oh, yeah.
physical when I worked for McDonnell Douglas back in '87, and I had to take a physical and female doctor, and she was cute, and we had to do the hernia test, and I think
Oh,
she was
lady?
more embarrassed about it than I was.
that's pretty
Yeah,
hot.
that's the most. Yeah, that's the most
I
action I've
won't.
gotten.
I
in a
won't
long
let a
time.
female doctor do that. Because last time I had a
you-
female
you
doctor
ain't
do
lived,
that,
dude.
she said turn her head and cough, and she was squeezing real hard. I said, cough, I can't breathe.
I had one of those physicals, and the doctor. I don't know if it was legit because he kept, okay, now take your shirt off and do this, and then, then he's wanting me to take my shoes and socks off to see if I had athlete's foot.
All right, cough and call me daddy.
Well, no, he did the cough and call me daddy thing, and then he had me spread my cheeks to check for hemorrhoids, and I'm just like, this is just for and it turned out to be just a temp job. It only lasted 3 weeks. It was when I worked on when I worked on the battleships,
At
and
least you had a clean bill of health.
That's funny.
well, kind of because then I took the hearing test, and with a different doctor.
What?
Did you hear him coming?
No, it's those stupid things when you put the headphones on and you hear barely hear a beep. Yeah, and at the end of it, he shows me this graph with numbers and says, "Just look at this if you ever want to listen to loud rock music again." It's like I don't even know what the fuck this is. What the
See,
fuck,
I had a
man?
hearing test once. I had a hearing test once, and all they did was different pitches of the Bee Gees.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, speaking of which, Steve.
Or-
Speaking of which, when I worked at Blue Cross, I got a hearing test from a guy in a vehicle of some sort, is where they were doing the test. Now, this guy was making conversation, and he said he once had a hit record, a minor hit, called Disco Sucks.
I heard that.
You've heard it? So anyway, the guy that made Disco...
I did have that on the hard drive.
So the guy that made Disco Sucks gave me a hearing test.
Oh, he was singing. Oh, that's cool. Did he sing it for him?
No, I didn't know the song. Or I had him hum a few bars. But that's pretty
I played it on the
cool.
morning show.
Well, there you go. That's another celebrity I can add to my list of people I had a kind of
It's
an
been a while
encounter
since I
with.
played it on the morning show.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll get that back up.
And yeah,
Hopefully.
well, normally you can just take it to a computer repair shop and they'll be able to take the data off of a broken hard drive or whatever. I've had it happen before. But really, you really should get a cloud backup, Steve.
Yeah, because you can get it through Microsoft. I didn't even think they. I got to check if they even charge me. Microsoft OneDrive.
Is that one? I have that.
OneDrive or
But
something.
you physically gotta upload your shit to the OneDrive.
No, it does it automatically.
No, it wants to put all your stuff into a certain folder so that it goes into OneDrive and they can sell it.
Well, I
Yeah,
use
they're gonna sell people
Backblaze.
my old pictures of my Volkswagen or some shit.
Yeah, I use Backblaze. It's a subscription. I think it's $50 or $75 a year or something. But it's saved my balls a few times.
Oh yeah.
Especially with the stuff that I do with the cartoons and stuff. If I,
All right.
sometimes I'll something will happen and I'll lose like 5 hours of work, and then I can go to my Backblaze and find the most recent. But it takes a while. It could take. I mean, if you've got a terabyte of stuff, it could take a week or two to upload it. But it's worth it once you get it. No, once you get it up there, it's worth it, because when that stuff happens, Steve, what you do with Backblaze, okay, get this, you listening?
Yep.
They will, if your hard drive dies or your computer dies, they've got your stuff. So what you do is you order. They will send you for like $190. They will send you a hard drive with all of your stuff, and then you just send it back to them. And then they give you your money back.
Oh.
You send them their hard drive back, and it's basically free. But but that's how they. I've done it twice with them already. With a hard drive died. It worked out pretty good. Backblaze.
Well, I'll have to check into that.
Yeah, check it
Yeah,
out.
but when do I ever have $190?
Well, you get it back. You get it back in a week.
Yeah, it's a deposit. So it's
It's a deposit.
a drive, and then you send it back to them.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta do something because this losing shit's getting on my nerves.
Oh, it'll churn your guts over. That kind of separation anxiety, and all your stuff is gone. And it's like you feel it in your stomach.
Oh yeah.
It's happened to me a couple of times because I remember back in the day, Rush Limbaugh used to advertise something called Carbonite, which was a very early version of an online backup. And then for some reason he said something wrong, and they pulled the ads. So I got rid of Carbonite because I was
Yeah, I understand.
And then I got iDrive, and I had iDrive for a long time, and I had a hard drive actually. It was destroyed by a bad power supply that kept powering on and off, 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 on and off. And it ruined the hard drive. Wouldn't be able to. But I had the iDrive, and I was able to bring everything back.
And Tony, his intentions were good. He recommended iDrive to me, and I did have that subscription for a little bit. I needed it about 3 different times, and they would not give me my file any of those times. They were absolutely useless. That's when I got Backblaze. Yeah.
Well,
And even Backblaze we got to get those back. And Backblaze isn't necessarily perfect. They used to be great, and then they got worse. Everything is getting worse.
Yeah.
In fact, Backblaze is a pain in the ass to actually get a file back. I mean, it works best for catastrophic things, I've found, getting the drive mailed to you. But everything is just getting worse. AI, I'm not too worried about AI because it needs a foundation to stand on, and the foundation isn't there. Everything just sucks now. Everything computer related is Everything is. Houses are terrible.
Oh, yeah.
They're just like cars now. They're just built terrible. And shoot,
Please.
I saw that in the early '90s when our friend Travis, or sort of friend Travis, bought a brand new house, and they Darren and I, we did painting and pressure washing and house repairs at the time, and they told their realtor, "Oh yeah, we can get our friends Darren and Timmy to go pressure wash." And they're like, "Oh no, don't pressure wash this house." Like, why? Oh, the caulking will come out and everything. The realtor, the people that were selling in the house said it.
No,
You
they said
wanna
it was a
laugh. You
special,
wanna-
and Travis believed it, but it was a special caulk, and you can't
Ah.
pressurize it.
Oh, it was a special caulk because he only had the.
It's a tube.
Yeah, well,
and
he
it
only
says
had the
crest
house
on
about.
it. It
Well,
says crest on it.
it does because he had the house about 3 years. This is the time that I told you about him ruining my costume, and I forgot part of that story. He was helping me by because he was one of the first people ever to have a CD burner, and he was helping me make burnable CDs and masters of the music, my Apology None music I was working on. So I forgot to kind of mention that he was helping me. That's why he's a sort of friend. He was doing something good, but he also ruined my costume at the same time. But when I was go to his house, I noticed it had only been 3 or 4 years since he bought the house, and all of his boards around his doors and everything had separated. So they were right about the caulk. It was toothpaste. Everything was falling apart in that brand new house.
But if
Yeah,
you want
there's,
to laugh, if you really want to laugh, on YouTube, look up home inspections, because there's these guys.
Oh, I see them.
Yeah, and the shit that they find, you wouldn't believe it. The imagination it takes to screw something up that badly.
So there's a guy I watch now, and he's addicting, and I will give you his YouTube. I think his name is Zach, but he shows all of that stuff, and he shows people regretting their car purchases. He shows people regretting their tattoos. He shows influencers how they basically lie to people. And let me find his, as I see him all the time. He's quite
That's a show
prolific.
just called Zach.
No, he's got an actual. Oh, and now I can't find him anywhere, but just because I need to.
Yeah.
That's the way it
Zach.
works.
It's the Zach ZAC RIOS show, and he's
Zach Rios.
Zach Rios ZAC RIOS, and I just discovered him a few weeks ago. But he basically he shows all these, like, well, let's say that cars are just crap. I mean, he just shows all these people. He like scours TikTok and YouTube, and just has all these people regretting their student loans and regretting this, that, and it's kind of a good cautionary tale channel to watch. You know, just to, I think all of us can. And he's not rude. He's not mean to these people, but he will look at the camera. He'll look at the camera when they say this stuff that's outrageous. And I recommend him. Did you ever check out Scott, the other guy I kept recommending to you, Steve?
God.
Write this down too. You will like this channel, Steve, I promise. It's called Retro Rules.
That's the rules.
Retro Rules, Paul Van Scott. He's the guy I
Paul Van
told you he
Scott.
looks a little bit like Ruben from Partridge Family and Brian Keith, that kind of guy. So he kind of fits
I
that.
think I did just check that out.
Yeah, he kind of fits that 60s persona. But all he does is he will find like the lowest rated episodes of a certain year, or he'll talk. He's interesting, but it's all about 60s. It's kind of like what Brilliant Garbage does, but he's like serious. He talks about all these, and he's entertaining. But if you want to find out interesting things about shows back then, he's pretty good. Sony would probably like him. But he's very PG. He's very kind of. He's not going to like put his dick out like most influencers do.
It's funny, like cars. I mean,
Not
you
gonna
look at
step
the,
on
you know,
his dick.
yeah, I'm looking at all these cars here. Now, obviously, today's cars, yeah, they're safer. They got more power. They're more reliable. You know, those cars, the engine needed a rebuild after like 50,000 miles or whatever the hell. The difference is those were repairable. You could get in
Yeah.
and fix stuff, and you could rebuild and replace stuff. Now, anything goes wrong, you throw it away.
Well, back then, people would, because I mean, even adjusted for inflation, cars were cheaper then because they would junk them when the ashtray was full. I mean, it's just like they wanted because they changed the style every year and they wanted to keep up with the Joneses and have the latest thing.
Those were those people. Then the other people kept the same car for 50 years and they were just able to fix it. It was just, you could get in and rebuild the voltage regulator and stuff like that. And
plus the cars now, Ford is guilty. The cars now are they're spying on you, and they're clocking all of your speeds, where you go, what you talk about. Oh, they're starting to put ads on your infotainment screen now, and they're listening to everything. They're listening to everything you're saying in the car, and to tailor their ads. That you're going 70 miles an hour and have to. There's and this guy that Zach Rios, and this was something I saw I think today. He said that like somebody almost crashed because the radio ad was so distracting. It's like, why are you getting all these ads? Another person I recommend. And she's cute. Darren won't like her. Steve won't like her.
they don't like cute.
Don't like cute. She's kind of.
She
got
talks
spunk.
about that. She's got spunk.
She's got spunk. She talks about
spunk.
Her name is Vanessa Wingard. It's. I guess she's Swedish or something. It's Vanessa. And the last name is Wing, like an airplane wing, and an ARDH. She talks a lot about kind of the pitfalls of AI and stuff. I think she might be the one that talked about. She's the one that talked about the infotainment screen spying on people. She's good. I just discovered her a few days ago, so but I like watching her stuff.
Well, Tim, it's like butt plugs. They can be used for good or for evil.
Well, my new 3D printer, they said that it's got AI in it to
keep you from
That's
doing that
fine
kind of shit.
because the AI in the printer isn't taking someone's job. It's just making the job better, supposedly.
Well, you're taking manufacturing folks' jobs because you used to would have had a lot.
Well, it still might have that, what is it, planned obsolescence in it. I don't know.
That's like Rosie O'Donnell being against guns, but her security guard has a gun.
Yep.
Yeah. Have you seen that? There's a clip of her from some movie where she played a retarded woman and she's on a bench bawling and eating donuts and stuff. Do what?
Typecasting.
Yeah, everybody's saying how she was just a natural in that scene and did so good with it. And Steven Crowder shows that clip. I thought it was AI. I didn't realize it was really her. It's so funny. You can find it. Just find Rosie O'Donnell crying on park bench. You can find the clip of it.
Or retarded Rosie.
Yeah, well, then you'll find all sorts of clips then, but you have to put in the park bench. Now she's like using filters on her, when she does her blogs to make her look like she's 60 years younger.
Good.
So you remember me saying I was training a model, and eventually what I was trying to do is make minis as well. So that's one of the minis.
So can you 3D print that?
Yep, I think so. There's another thing now you can make 3D models too.
I love redheads with big pointy things.
Yep.
I don't think that's a good combination. I guess they can be hot-headed. Forgive me, Wendy, but I've heard that they can be hot-headed and
forgive me, Wendy, but it's like Jesse says, they're hot and they're fun, but then they'll slash your tires and have a baby with your stepfather.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if you'd want one with a pointy object, particularly. It could be a lethal combination. Gracie was a redhead. She just dyed her hair blonde.
Really? That's sneaky.
I know, right? She got a new poodle. It's like Carl wasn't enough.
Oh,
You know,
poodle.
I'm talking poodle.
You see
She gets
mine?
the big. She gets the big standard poodles, the big ones.
You see my baby here. Don't you?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I see your baby.
He just loving this.
Tessa? No, that's not Tessa. That's
It's
Oh, she passed away. This is Scooter.
Scooter. Well, how many do you have now?
2.
Well, who's the other?
We have Chloe.
Chloe.
Yeah, she's the rat terrier.
hmm.
Hey, I don't know where your tongue has been, dog.
I do. They're about 2 places.
Oh, God. Guess enough. Oh, man.
So, did any of you think enough to give a question for Judy? I'm not pressuring you. I just want to know.
You prefer being a foreign car or domestic car?
There's a good one. That's a good one, Tony. I will add that. So Tony and Lewis both came up with good ones. Steve, I think the one you said might hurt her feelings.
What, about the pixels?
No, you said who's Judy? Oh, I forgot about the one with the pixels.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's her turn to cry anyway.
Yeah,
did
it's Judy's.
you ever notice one of the differences between cars and people's is when you're a car, it's good to have gas.
Yeah.
That is true.
Well, when
I kinda
you got if you have gas, sometimes it's fun.
Well, it transfers in Transforama. And Darren, I even used your joke for the end of that Maserati one where she backfired and Tracy tells Stacy, who's the car, she says, "I told you not to have that second chili dog." So that made it in there.
That's I'm funny.
It'd be funny. It'd be funny if I can get transformed.
You did.
I
Do
did.
transform of me and transform me into a big fat guy with a beard.
Yeah,
There you go. No, we
I
did it.
transformed Darn into a Starfleet uniform. Give me Riker.
Oh, you'd like him to fit over your body, wouldn't you?
Ew.
Well, you said it. I
like
didn't.
Counselor Troy. I don't think I want to do it. I want Counselor Troy.
I didn't say you to him. You just want him to wrap around your body, is all.
Ooh, can you do a transfer with Counselor Troy? Transfer her to something.
I don't even know who he is. I don't know who she
Counselor
is.
Troy.
it's tough when you want to make a joke and you can't remember the damn guy's name. Dwight Schultz on what was his name?
Barkley.
Barkley. That's it. Didn't he do that with a holodeck?
Oh, I don't know if he transferometed her, but he did. She kind of put her in sleeky clothes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean, yeah, she didn't need much alteration. It was just
We transformed ourselves on the wrong channel. I'm trying to think what Steve was. Because Tony was like a Maltese monkey or falcon.
Oh.
I don't remember what Steve.
I remember
That was a long time. I wanted to be Bigfoot and became a Bigfoot. I can't remember what, because it was Hoodoo in charge.
I don't remember you doing a transferometer with me.
It was all of us did something. I can't. It was like a Halloween episode.
Okay. Oh, that's right.
We
We
went
just
way
did that
back.
on audio.
Well, yeah, that was wrong channel.
Yeah, it was all in the
Wasn't that
theater.
when Allie got transferred into a car?
That was later on. Yeah, because the first one, she wanted to be a princess of the ball, and she just became like a ball. It was like, Hoodoo was doing the genie thing and ruining everybody's wishes.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I can't
forgot
remember
what that
anymore.
was.
I can't remember anymore.
Is that on one of the recordings that's lost?
I don't know. It's so old.
That might have been on chat room stuff. No, that was the wrong channel, I think.
You weren't the Oval Bird. No, I don't. I think we did the Oval Bird later.
Yeah.
Oh, was that the one that goes mix?
Yep.
Nips.
It was like yeah. We had some good episodes. We gave Dick Van Dyke a run for his money.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we did.
We did some good ones.
You
know what?
When Terry got caught in the vent, that was my favorite.
He did that twice. And both of them are pretty funny. I got both of them on the different fun hours. I was just thinking about the new Dick Van Dyke show.
Tickles. Right out here. But
I just, my memories, I was like 12, 13 when I watched the new Dick Van Dyke show because it was playing in reruns when I would spend my summers in Missouri. And I remembered it was something to sit in front of and watch. That was about it. It was basically, it was content. They call it content.
I don't think it was as funny as the original Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah, I don't remember it being that funny, but I remember it was just something. It wasn't so bad that I wanted to leave or turn it off, but it was just okay, you know.
I remember this when you first saw his white hair.
Yeah, that's one thing. Yeah, it was at least salt and pepper.
It's kind of like light.
Yeah.
It's not great. It's not so bad. You want to turn it off.
Right.
Steve, you played a song on your show. It was the Rolling Stones, and I thought it was one of the meanest songs they ever did. It was just, she's so old, old, like an ice cream cone. She's so old, what a nasty, what a mean ass song to. I mean, who would you dedicate that to if you were to make a request?
I guess Paul Anka. I'm so young and you're so old.
Yeah, that one was good too.
I hate that song. Yeah. I absolutely despise it. I think that one and that stupid Sugar Shack. The early 60s, they should have just not had radios or recording equipment.
Put on some sugar. Put on some trash. That's what it was.
Put on some trash, yep.
I don't think I like any song from the early 60s. I think maybe two.
I love all of them.
I liked He's a Rebel, Darling Love. And I liked Skeeter Davis, Gonna Get Along Without You Now. I played both of them on the fun hours. I think that's about the only...
Or remember Walking in the Sand, the Shangri-Las?
Yeah, that was... The verses were pretty, but then it's like when they did the finger snap, they lose me there.
I think The End of the World was 60, wasn't it?
It's about 64, Skeeter Davis. Well, she's the same one that did Get Along Without You Now, so I guess we can agree that Skeeter Davis is pretty damn cool.
Yeah. And I wonder if they sped her up. Because I know they must have sped up Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree.
You mean like amphetamines?
Help me, please.
Brenda Lee.
Yeah. They sped her up because she's not really 3 feet tall. But when you listen to Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, sounds like it's being sung by somebody 3 feet tall.
Well, they did speed up Wow 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 Wonder Del Shannon for that song. I don't think he liked being sped up like that because I like some of Del Shannon. I've actually played him on a fun hour, and he's actually got a lower voice. Like a distinctive, not like a baritone, but it's if you listen to his voice in some of his other later songs, you'll say, yeah, he didn't sound anything like that Runaway. I've been walking in the rain. Didn't sound anything like that.
That's what they did on to David Cassidy on Partridge Family, sped his voice up.
Well, they needed to because he sounded like shit when he sang. I hated that Cher kind of that like he liked the Cher thing. Hated it because it didn't match their bubblegum kind of persona. I never thought he was a good. I mean, I guess he was a handsome guy for the show, but I just never liked his voice for their music.
Oh, I don't know. Because it's some songs maybe I could see, but
I know I'm not saying the songs were bad necessarily. I just that I didn't like that Cher thing that he was doing. It doesn't sound good when Cher does it, and I didn't think it sounded good when he did it.
Maybe that's where Cher got it from.
Could be. I just didn't think that it matched that persona, that bubblegum thing. That it sounded like he was trying to be too serious for what he was doing.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't a good fit for it. I think Wesley would have been all right. I think Wesley would have been a better fit anyway.
Yeah.
We need to get him back on the show again. You know what I'm gonna do, Steve? I'm going to post on the Land of the Lost board that on Facebook that clip that he did about when I had to pee. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was classic.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
That was from our pickle episode. That was the funniest Wrong Channel episode we
yeah.
ever did.
you stopped my flow. You stopped my flow.
Yeah, you yeah. You interrupted my flow. And I'm like, you interrupted my flow. I think we did. What do you think, guys? Should we put it up there?
Yeah. That was.
Won't hurt anything. The worst they could do is the admin will deny it. I mean, but it might get Wesley to remember how good we were
Yeah.
and maybe get back with us. Well, all right, fellers. Then we finally got fun in the last 10 minutes. Shit. All right. Well, fine.
I reckon.
Wayne.
I'll talk with y'all later.
All right. Let me get over here and. All right. Bye, folks, and all that.
Oh, see you,
next
Wendy,
week.
and see you, Fedesco and Lewis and Kendra
All
and
right.
anybody else there. Have a good night.
Night.
Bye, everybody.